I needed more time. Hold on, let me go get water. I need coffee beans. How dare
Coffee beans.
Coffee at 7 at night?
Bro, I
Must be
drink
insane.
coffee any day.
Don't.
Or any time of the day.
Yeah, okay, that's less
You
reasonable.
deny the effects, who cares? I might be up
cares?
until 1, but it's coffee, bro.
It's coffee.
Coffee.
Okay, real quick.
Show me what you got.
Coffee. All right, I think.
Need to make a mix.
Okay, it looks like I'm live on YouTube at least. And then let's go check out Twitch.
Twitch.tv/Leo Arcturus. You guys should totally check that out, by the way.
I really don't understand. Why is there a separate category on Twitch for pools, hot tubs, and beaches?
There is, and I hate it, and I don't know why.
I feel like we talked about this. I'm getting some deja vu.
Yeah, we talked about this session 1.
I forget that feeling of deja vu.
Forget that feeling of deja vu.
The fuck is that?
That's
Crazy.
No,
yeah.
the only reason I bring it up, right, is because I just open up twitch.tv to
and there's a
to check on my channel and make sure I'm live on Twitch, right?
Genshin Impact 23k viewers.
23k viewers.
Of course.
I'm actually thinking of starting to stream Genshin Impact at some point.
Ooh, I would
See how
watch that.
goes.
I would make time to watch that because
Wait,
You actually
Are you
would?
curious about Genshin Impact?
I have never wanted to play it even 1 second of my life, but I have always been interested in the gameplay and the mechanics of it, as well as the story.
From what I've heard,
I'm actually gonna I was thinking of starting it tomorrow night, so
Ooh.
from what I've heard, the
don't work tomorrow
visuals
night.
and like music are cool, and that's what I'm banking on. Like that's what I want to see.
I'm gonna be honest, the waifu
Wait, this is a
designs just
Katawa
look
Shoujo
cool.
All I know is every single fan artist gives all the female characters boobs when none of them have them.
Oh, for real? Do they?
That's not true, actually.
No, that is completely true. Every last one.
There's a
Genshin
zombie child in
Impact.
that
I'm
game.
gonna Google.
It's
Are
very
you
strange.
sure?
Do I
Yes.
want to
Are you 100% sure?
I use Twitter well enough.
Wait, no, he might be right.
Here, what's her name?
Finally,
There's a
a
cook.
kid.
Who might be
I was gonna
right?
say-
Like really
Leo thing.
actually over-sexualize people, and then the babies ruined it.
What's her name? It's the cook girl. Beifeng? Beifeng?
No, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. I must just be looking at too much fan fiction,
Bacon.
fan art then.
You totally.
Nope.
Like
No,
I
this-
have not seen a single character with
Did they
anything
genuinely?
more than like average sized cleavage.
In
Finally.
Genshin? Yeah, no, Genshin itself is fine. I'm talking about Twitter art.
Twitter art.
This is a bit of a tangent to start on. Oh
Yeah,
man.
no, of course we did this already.
Skipped frames due to encoding lag. Did it change my encoding settings during the last
Where
time
are
I
you
checked?
seeing that? Because
Didn't I already do that before?
I was in the middle of watching Back to the Future, but
Ow.
this is more important. I thought you didn't like Katawa Shoujo, but you
Even the
did,
men
Misty Kenji.
Oh, don't worry about it, CD. I felt kind of bad for starting a stream as late as I did last night, but I was actually
I wonder.
playing around with video settings or streaming settings for like an hour before I started. I was just trying to get things ready, so it took me a lot longer than I thought. But yeah, we're back with Katawa Shoujo. And if you didn't hear, I'm planning on starting to stream Genshin Impact tomorrow, so that should be interesting.
Title is Leo's Not a Masochist?
It would be really.
That
funny.
was the stream title last night. Yes,
It's
that
still
was
there.
the
It's
that
still
was
there.
the stream title
Wait, unless I
last night.
refresh. It's still there,
Alright.
Leo.
What's still there?
Leo is
title.
not a masochist. Is still there.
Oh my God! Is it that on Twitch?
Yeah,
it says
not
it's
on YouTube.
it says it's still a Persona 4 Golden stream and it still has all the
How
like
do we bring views
tags.
on?
Here,
YouTube?
I'm gonna stop streaming then. I gotta stop streaming then, because otherwise
do?
it just
4 minutes.
okay.
That 4 minutes was all Genshin.
That 4 minutes was all Genshin.
It's
Alright,
also
I
it was on
think-
Persona
oh my
4 by
God.
the way. Now it's on.
Yeah, I know. I
Okay.
fixed that. All right, we should be fixed
We're
now.
live again.
I think we're fixed.
I
Are
would.
we fixed?
I've heard
Here,
that,
hold on.
and I might
Good
be
title, clap,
interested
clap.
in this. I've heard that Genshin. This is the last tangent of Genshin. Is like one of those stories where it's like harder to play through while you're actually doing it because it's just kind of bogged down, but it's like cool to hear about in summary. So,
No, I mean, that was
basically-
kind of what I was worried about when it came to Genshin, about trying to stream Genshin. Because in my mind, gacha games are sort of like a slow, cumulative effort over time. Genshin is a gacha game,
Wait,
actually,
it's
not a
dating
It
sim.
is,
I don't
yes.
know. None of us have
It is
actually
not a
ever
dating
played
sim.
this.
It is
It's
a gacha
actually
game.
not. It is a gacha game,
It's a gacha game mixed with Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
You know, Marat got it.
Because there's a lot. One thing I will complain about from the
Genie.
bottom of my soul is that it has annoyingly unintuitive combat.
It does.
Unintuitive combat?
Yes.
Gotcha.
But of course.
You hit. There's buttons to hit things. It kind of feels like.
That's even worse than a waiting sim.
I'm slowly just poisoning CD's brain with all of my
We're gonna
leaf
have to,
shit
like,
and trash taste.
Apply like weekly Omori just to keep ourselves sane. Anyways, let's start the game.
That's a good idea.
I also don't know where I'm gonna be able.
No, let's start.
game, Leo.
If we delay long enough, maybe
game.
Caprese will show
My
up.
favorite YouTuber reviewed a furry inflation game, and I really don't like that fact.
Oh.
A what?
Hey, wait, what?
My favorite
Like
YouTuber
economic
say it again.
put out a
inflation?
review for a game
God damn it.
all about furry vor and inflation.
Oh.
Oh, I
just-
thought you were
wait, what
talking
is
about
inflation?
economic inflation.
No.
Wait, I
No.
don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't
No.
want to know.
I told
Why
you
do I
not to
ask?
repeat it.
Because I don't want to know. Alright, Leo,
Normally
Leo,
reviews
you are on
fantasy
mode.
RPGs.
Push start. Go, 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 go.
6 meters closer to
The
heaven.
next
Wait a
morning,
minute.
like every Monday morning. Okay, now read.
The next morning, like every second Monday morning, until he says otherwise, I have an appointment with the nurse. They allow me to skip part of my first class in the morning, and I don't feel any shame in skipping the rest either. Rather than being thankful I get to miss world history, I instead feel dread when I think about these appointments. I wake up at the normal time anyway and wash myself in the bathroom I share with Kenji, tidying my sleek, disheveled hair. Quickly get dressed and put my laundry in the basket. I swear to God if Kenji shows up again.
No, he will be.
Skipping. Oh, thank God.
Woo! Hold on, I just remembered. I do need to open the bingo real quick.
The bingo. Where are you posting the bingo that we can't see it?
Just there.
It's just on my computer.
Wait, why
Like,
can't
it's
we
just-
see it?
it's in
like,
my
if we could not
because-
see it normally.
If we see it, then
If,
we
I'm
just
worried
can't
if you
even
guys
think
see it,
on
it'll
curve.
manipulate the results, because then people might like.
I mean, did that happen in Persona though?
yes.
A little bit, but it was fun. Like we tried to get Caprese on just to get a bingo. I mean,
We
maybe
would
if
try and
just
get
call it
Caprese
like
on.
temporarily, like each time we got a bingo, that way we could see what's going on, but wouldn't remember what.
Well, I tell you guys what square we get when we do the bingo
Oh, that's
when you
true,
got
but
when a
it's
bingo
not as
happens.
fun as looking at the bingo. I need a visual reminder. Anyways, go.
I pack up for the school day. I have all my homework done, like usual, so I have a bit of free time now. There's no point in going to the morning class for 20 minutes before I'd have to get to the nurse's office, so I lie down on my bed and read a book until it's time to go.
Read Harry Potter.
The door to the nurse's office is open, which is unusual. I enter while knocking to announce my arrival. Looking up from his computer screen, he motions me to take a seat with a friendly hello. Steam wafts up from the piping hot cup of coffee on his desk. It's probably not his first today.
Bro, the same.
How you feeling on this wonderful morning, Sal?
I'm alright, I think. It was cold yesterday because of the rain, so I woke up feeling a bit groggy.
You too, huh? What if you kids got caught without an umbrella, so we could spend time handing out masks and sniffles? Alright. Today's test day. Give me your arm.
The nurse antagonist reveal. We're all waiting for it.
We're all waiting
know.
for it
He's
collectively.
trying to kill Hisao somehow.
Turns out all those meds that Hisao's have been taking are just actually poison. But it's like a slow poison, so it looks like
Arsenic.
he's dying of his heart disease.
But the music's good. This is not loud enough.
I
God.
extend my left arm toward him, keeping my face
Fine.
expressionless. The nurse ties a rubber tourniquet around my bicep with a practiced movement and briskly goes about his business. I don't think anybody really likes getting stuck with needles, but at least I got over my distaste for them. I had to. Now I barely even twitch at the moment of truth.
Needles are still
That bass player playing like
saxophone guy going on.
It's actually interesting. I feel like in a lot of, and this music isn't written by, it's not J-pop, but in a lot of J-pop, they treat bass lines like guitar solos. Have you guys ever noticed that, where the bass lines are so complicated they may as well be like the lead guitar melody?
Yeah.
Watching the anime.
That being said, it's only like in comparison to American bass lines, because Japanese
everything
guitars
American
are even
is
more
boring.
ridiculous as well.
American music needs to step up. Be more like video game music.
Be more like video games. Once that's done, a blood pressure check follows, and then there are checklists and questionnaires to go through. The nurse nods and scribbles in my answers to the questions I give him.
Alright, let's have a listen now.
I unbutton my shirt and put it neatly on the back of the chair I was using while he puts on his stethoscope. I know by heart the order of places where he's going to listen to my lungs and heartbeat. I adjust my breathing to be even and deep without even being asked. It's become routine now, for both of us. It's funny. This is pretty much the only time in one's life when you really concentrate on breathing and nothing else. It has always amused me. The nurse lifts the cold steel stethoscope from my chest and places it a few inches lower, listening again. The contact of the metal makes me flinch on reflex, even though I was expecting it. He furrows his brow, but I can't tell if it's because he's unhappy or if he's trying to pick something specific out among the complex multitude of irregularities in my heartbeat.
It's gotta
Is
be
there
such a
something
terrible
wrong?
movement to have.
Please don't talk.
I shut up and become more anxious. The nurse is nice, but I can't help disliking these mandatory checkups. I wonder if I'm going to end up hating all medical appointments from now on because of these. He finally lifts the circular metal plate from my chest, allowing me to talk again.
Everything seems to be fine. Doing alright yourself?
No.
I suppose. I was out yesterday when it was raining. And yeah, I really felt a bit under the weather this morning. Maybe I caught a cold?
You with Emmy? She came down with a cold too. My people that told her to stay in bed for a day.
Really? I mean, I was with her, but I didn't know she got sick. I guess it was a dumb thing after all, for her to go out in the rain like that.
Yeah, well, let's put that aside. Everything seemed to check out for you. But I'm going to be careful.
Of course. I really don't want to go back to the hospital. He catches something, maybe repressed terror, I don't know, in my voice, and glances up from some papers he was looking at.
Hey, don't worry. At this stage, it would take a huge crash in your condition to get you rehospitalized.
Doesn't really reassure me, but grumbling about it to him won't make any difference. I quietly take my leave. Walking along the dungeon time. That needs to be on the bingo.
They should add combat to this game.
You should add comp. They actually did that to a dating sim.
I believe it.
What kind of dating sim was it?
It's Little Busters. There's
Oh.
an actual dungeon crawling segment that is exclusive to one of the extra routes that was added in Little Busters Ecstasy.
That sounds overcomplicated.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually not. Basically, there was the base version of the game, which was all ages, and then they did the opposite of what most visual novel developers do, which is then release an 18-plus version later, but then they added 3 new routes into the 18th-plus version, each with their own unique gimmick, one of which was the dungeon crawling, and then they recensored Ecstasy and ported it to the US.
That's weird. They should add QuickTime events to Fate.
QuickTime events.
Oh my god, you'd have to sit up so
I
far.
hope you understand where those QuickTime events are going to be in Fate.
Oh, I do. Like in the Gilgamesh fight scene. Definitely there.
That is not what I meant, but yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, I'm pretty sure Marak knew.
I think he... Oh God.
Gilgamesh fight room, the dragon scene with Saber that we don't talk about from Studio Dean.
Yeah. Moving on. Moving on.
Don't
Moving on.
ask.
Moving on.
Dude,
We need to move
I don't know why
faster.
that suddenly reminded. No, I know why. It's because you said Studio Dean. Fucking Undead Unluck is being animated by David Productions, and that's such a fucking big dub.
Ooh.
I'm so excited for that shit. That's gonna be so
Undead
goddamn
Unluck?
good. Undead Unluck. It's like my favorite currently. Not kind of like One Piece and shit. It's my favorite currently running weekly Shonen Jump series.
Pog.
And I think David Pro's a really good idea for them to take.
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm fucking hyped over that.
Walking along the corridor from the auxiliary building to the main school building, I encounter a young female nurse coming the other way. She smiles at me when we pass by each other. What the fuck was the point of that?
Nothing.
Oh, never know.
The lobby is empty of people. No surprise, since classes are still going on. I hear muffled sounds of discussion coming from behind the first floor classroom doors. I glance at my watch. I'd have to rush to get to my classroom in time, and I don't feel like going to class anyway, so I decide to climb up to the roof and have an extra long lunch break. Emmy promised she'd bring something for me today, but if she's sick, that's probably not going to happen. I'm not feeling hungry anyway, so it's all the same. The climb up the steep stairwell to the roof is oddly liberating, almost like losing weight. I feel satisfaction that it doesn't wind me as badly as it did the first time I came up here. I push open the squeaky door and at the top and step into the sunlight. The chain link fence allows for a grand view over the treetops, all the way to the gray silhouettes of downtown further away. The dreary weather of yesterday is just a memory now. The silvery blue sky seems to be a mere arm's reach away.
Those are some good looking
Forget
things.
for a moment that I'm in a bad mood. The warmth of the sun soaks into my bones, making me drowsy and lazy instead.
Nap time.
The bell rings for lunch break, startling me back into reality. Soon afterward, the quad below me bursts into life. Students pour out of the doors, down on the ground floor, intent on enjoying lunch at the quad and in the lush gardens in this perfect weather. When I hear the door to the stairwell being pushed open, I don't bother turning to see who it is. The intruder starts coming toward me with uneven footsteps. The little river stones the roof is covered with rattle and crunch underfoot. The footsteps stop a few feet behind me, followed by a silence. I look upward into the glowing eye of the sun, absorbing its warmth with my whole body.
Don't look directly at it.
What are you doing? Wrong voice, shit.
Give her a cowboy voice.
No, Kenji would absolutely be... Actually, I'm not sure Kenji would survive. Kenji might just talk a big game. Nah, CD said if there was a giant purge in the Katawa Shoujo universe, who do you think would survive?
Not Kenji.
Not
Rin.
Kenji, dude. He would
Not
go
Ken-
and like greet the purgers, like, finally, my saviors.
He would confuse the enemies.
Wow.
Oh, that's expensive.
Who would survive? I have a feeling Shizune and Misha would survive, actually.
Oh, if it was like a quiet place scenario, yeah.
Of all of the characters in this game, I feel like Shizune and Misha have the best chance of surviving.
That's probably very true. That or,
Maybe
like,
Emmy, too. Emmy might survive as well.
just runs away really fast.
But I'm not sure Emmy can be, like...
What about Hanako?
Emmy can be ruthless enough to survive something like that.
She that implies that Shizune is just really ruthless, which is true.
That is exactly what I was implying. I was not really trying to hide it. Anyways, Kane, have you spoken that line yet?
Yeah.
It was the wrong voice.
I don't know how I missed it.
No, he said
Oh,
it,
well.
but then like kind of like was like, oh, that's kind of the wrong
I
voice.
was like, oh, wrong voice. Oh, I'll keep going.
I turn around out of courtesy at her first words to behold the slim, awkward figure of Rin Tezuka. She looks very much like herself today, too. Her hair is maybe a tad messier than usual, as if she just got out of bed. She stands with her weight shifted onto one foot, looking at me with mild curiosity, as if I were something in a store's display window.
I'm the Bill, bro. She looks the exact same as she has every single frame we've seen her previously.
I wonder why.
Maybe her
It's
hair
almost
is
like they have a stock rotation of character sprites that they use to construct the game instead of
Right.
individually animating single frames. But that couldn't be it.
Imagine still frames in a visual novel. Like someone just bobbing back and forth.
Like freaking.
Isa, what are you
Oh
doing?
my god, that actually there are visual novels that do that, by the way.
Yeah, if I'm gonna make a visual novel, all my characters are gonna have idle animation. But like
Have idle
fighting,
I mean, you
like
could do
fighting
it
with
with
idle
it if you,
animation.
The
like,
one that
follow the
comes to
book.
mind is Love Kami, which is
No,
kind of
don't
bad,
get into it. We
I
only have
specifically
time
mean
for
like
one day.
fighting game animations, where they're bobbing back
Fighting.
and forth with their fists up and shit.
Well, you could do some cool idle animations. Maybe not that. I mean, actually, if you went like full send, maybe it'd be like so out of character that it becomes good anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you went for like the Pokemon style, like slightly shifting your weight
Right.
idle animations, I would put that game down so fast.
But keep in mind though, just as a
Because we can't move forward with the plot. That would be too productive.
we can never be too productive. Keep in mind though, when you think about it, visual novels are a lot longer than most like even TV shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And as an aside, there is this visual novel called Steins Gate, right? And it got adapted into a massively popular anime.
Yes.
By the way, one of my favorite anime and visual novels. But
You go play.
they actually went and remade the game. They did a fully animated visual novel using the footage from the anime. And then they just animated all of the extra roots and content that didn't make it into the anime. But inevitably, it had to be cut down like very substantially because a visual novel there is just too much raw text to properly animate all of it.
Visual
Mhm.
novels are kind of wordy. And not
They
always
are
in a good way.
really wordy. Freaking Fate Go with
Okay.
5
Leo,
times the length of Harry
No
Potter.
more. You have brought up 3 different visual novels in the last 15 minutes. Let's focus on the one ahead.
Good point. I don't know. Just spacing out, I guess. What about you?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm yelling at someone. Any
Well,
promise
don't let
to
us stop you.
we usually eat.
I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. I heard Emmy came down with a cold.
Oh. I guess that makes sense. She wasn't in class.
It's not that common to get a cold in June though. You don't think she went running at the track afterward like she said. The rain just kept going.
Probably.
In the rain?
In the rain.
That sounds like a bit too much for just keeping up with training regime. Brain, what?
Nailed it.
Emmy is a hard-headed one, though, so I can see her running in the downpour just because she had to. That's obviously overdoing it. Probably why she came down with that cold, too. But I guess it's kind of cool.
Speaking of that, I'm not feeling low either.
Rin sneezes pretty hard, failing to stop it in time. She cranes her head down to wipe her nose on her shoulder. So deciding that it would be too unladylike, I pull out my handkerchief and hold it to her nose. Here, bless you.
Oh, what the fuck? Thanks.
She clears her nose and I dab the handkerchief gently on it, wiping it clean. Do I have to read? Alright, cool.
Her nose is really
Her
nose.
nose is really cute.
Oddly enough.
it's probably the girliest part of Rin's face. I think I'm blushing a little, but Rin doesn't notice.
Well, what nose? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's like a,
What
like a
nose?
shadow and a line. What nose?
What? No!
Thanks. I think I might be coming up or down with something too. Like I was saying.
Okay, real quick. I'm putting
Hope
on
not.
a 1-minute timer. And I want to bring this up for this tangent, but I refuse to let it get that long. So, do you actually catch colds in the rain?
No.
Like,
Yeah.
is it that, like, for real?
Yeah, because your
Why?
body temperature drops.
Like,
Yeah,
but
it's
if
a
you
body
maintain
temperature
it,
issue.
I mean, I think I come from a background where even the slightest raise in heat and I just catch fire.
Your body
It's
temperature
not
drops.
that, it's your
unfiltered
internal
water
body
is going inside of you.
It's the internal body temperature that's the
Okay,
issue.
well, I've run in negative 10-degree weather, so
Really? Hold on.
Yes.
No, hold on. I thought the getting a cold from rain thing was a myth, fallacy.
Well, I feel like maybe it
Oh,
is,
maybe
but
it
it's
is.
also a good plot device. I
Well,
could
hold
see
on,
it
'cause
happening, but
it's
like if
literally
Emmy's running,
everywhere now.
if Emmy's running, I feel like she would
Why don't
be
we just
able to
Google this
like
shit?
counteract the coldness, right?
Can you catch a cold from being in the rain? A cold is caused by a virus, which is not influenced by the rain. However, certain cold viruses spread more easily in winter because they function better at low temperature.
So
Cold
maybe
weather
if you
correlates
did
with
like
colds,
lower
but
your
rain-
temperature enough, then you could make an argument. But she's running, so it doesn't make sense. And also, they were under the
contrary
umbrella.
to
So what else
popular
does it make sense?
belief.
Okay, by the way, our 1-minute timer ended, so keep this quick. Okay, Leo, no, we just gotta go.
Yeah, okay.
CD
So
can look it
you're
up.
right,
CD
it
help
is
us.
mostly
That
a
way we
myth.
can continue to
Okay.
move. I mean, I've caught the common cold twice in the past 5 years, so I'm not one to die.
I
Yeah,
catch it
but-
like once every 3 months, so...
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I get sick
Not.
a lot.
What?
hope not.
I already said that line, by the way.
Hope not.
I just haven't moved on
Go,
yet.
go, 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 go.
Green doesn't seem to be bothered about eating, so despite the lack of Emmy-provided lunch, we stay up on the rooftop. She comes over and stands next to me, right up against the fence. That's a bad idea. Looking into
my
the same
God.
abstract distance as I am.
Oh, Yasumi.
Nobody else seems to be coming around to intrude upon this calmness either. It's quiet and peaceful. What does one do on a lunch break if not eat?
Homework.
It turns out that between the two of us, we don't really know. Fortunately, passing the time is an activity that manages itself just fine. Even though there's no conversation to fill the silence between the passing seconds, no pointless activities like cloud gazing to spend upon the minutes between now and then, time marches on relentlessly. I keep checking the time on my watch, then decide it's a dumb thing to do. Instead, I try to hold out for as long as possible before I check it again. Maybe I can hold out for 6 or 7 minutes. Green remains silent, idly looking up at the cerulean expanse above us. Wonder why, more often than not, we don't speak much. She said that she doesn't like speaking because of her perceived difficulties in expressing herself properly. As for me, I think I just got sucked into the habit at the hospital, where I spent such a long stretch of time never really talking to anyone. Most of the time I feel comfortable about this quiet mood, and even when I get the feeling that I have to break the silence, it's always so difficult to come up with something to talk about when it's with Rin. She and I are on such different wavelengths that nothing seems to be on common ground.
He's soft.
I'm sorry you haven't been able to watch Crimson.
My work schedule changed. Oh no.
Hate it when that happens. I mean, I've had trouble streaming at all lately because I've been working so many morning shifts. Yeah, well, see, yeah. The issue, for me, a morning shift means getting up at like 5 in the morning, so you enacted a great evil onto us. She and I are on such different wavelengths that nothing seems to be on common ground. What is it that you like about the sky so much? She turns to me, her eyes dark and serious.
Sky is the only thing that is perfect. I know it. You could sound an expert of sky if you wanted. And I'm even if you didn't want it. Sky expert. It's always different. But it's always perfect. Also, it's different.
Follow her gaze up to the boundless blue expanse, thinking of her words. Have you ever wanted to be something different?
It wouldn't be so bad to be the sky.
No, I mean, someone else, someone different. To go to a normal school like everyone else and not have to worry about stuff.
What stuff?
I try to find the right words for a moment, but I can't manage to form a sentence that I'd be comfortable with actually using. Alright, hopefully you can hop back in, Crimson. Ah!
Truly the geometry teacher we
Huh?
Man, I don't really want to say it aloud.
Right. I'm not so good at mind reading.
Don't you ever want to not be disabled? She thinks about this and then shakes her head, frowning.
It's a hard question. I don't know what to say.
It's okay if you don't say anything. For some reason, I'm just so unsatisfied with who I am right now that I'm constantly thinking stuff like that. It's pretty hard to admit, but there it is. Honestly, I feel relieved about finally saying it aloud to someone, even if it's just Reen.
Just Reen. He's how it's not changed.
I think I want to be different sometimes. I've thought about changing myself lately, but it's a bit scary. Like walking back there with your eyes closed. The difficult part is to know that your toes are not me direction. Even if I don't do anything, I would never stay the same. It's like my old paintings. They are different than what I paint now, because I'm different. But they were still my paintings, so there was something the same. And that's really strange. I am different every day, but I'm still me every day. Who am I then?
Is that a riddle?
If you want it to be. I don't know the right answer though. So you have to come up with it yourself.
Well, it's the sky, isn't it? Going by your definition just now? I actually managed to surprise her by that. Maybe she'd already forgotten about it.
That's right. That's right! That was it. So, very strange. Could it be that I actually am the sky?
I don't think that's possible. Her logic's a bit off somewhere. She looks down and shuts
Right,
up, and I can see
clouds
she's
get
quickly
that
going over the deduction mentally, seeming unhappy with the result she finally arrives at.
Yeah, maybe I'm not the sky. It makes sense. I have a hard time knowing what kind of person I am.
You're not the only one.
It's like my mind is in some place other than the rest of it.
Underwater.
Yeah. I wonder how it got there.
I have no answer, so a brief silence falls between us for a moment. I shift my gaze back toward the sky above us. The last time I really paid much attention to the sky was, I guess it must have been at the hospital. I could only see a thin strip of sky from the window of my room. If I walked up to the windows and pressed my face against the cold glass, the strip became much bigger, but not by much. That sky made me feel sad and lonely, a reminder of the world on the other side. I wonder if there's another world beyond the sky we see from up here on the school's roof as well. I can't stop comparing life at Yamaku to my hospitalization, but I really should. I'm not there anymore. The narrow sky from the window of my hospital room, the faces of the doctors, the faces of my parents, the off-white walls everywhere, Iwanako's letter, echoing the words she'd never said. They're things of the past now. I wish I could forget everything up until now, and that time would stop completely. There would be only me, Reen, and the sky, an eternal lunch break on this rooftop. Perfect, unchanging, and forever. I'm not sure if I like or hate this school.
I could have gone to a normal school if I wanted, but I chose to come here.
Why?
I just decided I would. Kind of like melon and plum jelly.
Do you think it was a good idea? I mean, there are a lot of good things about this school, but I think there are a few bad things also.
I kind of collect people because they are interesting. People here are really amazing. Most of them, but not all. Soon, people with what? Oh, some people can't take it. They hurt too much. It gets really bad sometimes, you know? They hurt. I wonder if you're like that too. I hope not. I don't know things like that. I like things like that shit, so.
Hey, I'm not your case study, and I'm not gonna give up and die or anything. Anyway, I meant more that this place is too distant from the real world.
What's the real world?
Everything out there. Real people with normal everyday lives that fit together like a puzzle.
You didn't think we aren't like that? Real people?
Maybe we aren't. Well, no, we are. I just meant that it feels more like we're the leftover pieces. Reen thinks for a while, her almond-shaped eyes narrowing as she bites her lip a little bit, like a child.
Is it hard to be disabled?
Her question earns a dry chuckle from me. You tell me. You've been in this business a lot longer than I have. She thinks about that for another while.
I don't really feel like disabled. I mean, I do pretty much everything differently, but it's not that hard. I can always practice. I've started to practice few things this year. I want to learn to cook in a real kitchen someday.
That's admirable, but I don't think it's just a state of mind.
Maybe not to you.
I have no good counter to that, so. What?
No, ignore me. I'm making a pain quote.
Oh.
Or you.
I have no good counter to that, so I concede by falling silent. The situation is making me more and more confused. I know what I want, but I don't know how to reach it. Reen seems to believe she can simply will herself into the shape she thinks she needs to be, but can't decide whether she wants to be a bird or a butterfly.
I think, in the end, I'm not really that happy with who I am. But that doesn't mean I regret who I am. That's the thing that's wrong with you, so. The music cut out. New music, goddamn.
I've only started to process that rather blunt statement before Reen suddenly hugs me.
Huh? Ow, ow.
Wait.
What?
Explain
Little
that.
shoulder stumps.
I mean, she's got some arm, just not a lot.
Oh, you're right. Forgot half on. I forgot.
Okay. You were right. It was like a moment of wait, what?
How exactly?
Well, actually,
CD had the
truth be
same
told,
thought.
I did not even notice until you mentioned it. I was like, oh, a hug.
She's
I
doing it
didn't
with her
even think about
legs.
it.
It's the
She's
thought
just
that
wrapped around you
counts.
like a spider.
What? She's about to perform a fucking wrestling move on you?
She's just like motioning.
What are you doing? Never been hugged by a girl with no arms before. To be honest, it doesn't really physically feel like a hug. The awkward way she presses her body against mine and the lack of embracing arms make it feels like she fell on top of me. But the warmth of a real hug is still there, and that's how I recognize it for what it was.
Hugging you. Isa.
You've never been hugged by a girl, period, Isa. Wouldn't be surprised. Unless we count his mom, and even then I'm not sure. I know that, but
Is it wrong? I thought this is what we're supposed to do.
Huh.
I'm not really used to this kind of thing. The first time when you hugged me, I got surprised. Kicked her in the stomach. I kicked pretty hard, so she hasn't been hugging me an awful lot after that.
It's not wrong. Just no, it's just me. Things are a bit hard for me for the time being. I can't seem to react properly to anything.
Really? Is it? So it is hard being disabled after all.
I guess she has me cornered there. I don't have the energy to start arguing against it, but I feel like I have to get something out. Well, no, it's not hard. I just think it's me overthinking things. I really wish I didn't feel so sorry for myself all the time. I wonder if I always was this fragile, or if I became this way after my incident. Nothing had ever truly shaken my world like that before, so there's no telling. Rin presses her cheek against me tightly. I can feel the warmth of her body close against me. Her body temperature feels really high, as if she had absorbed the sunlight into herself and was now sharing it with me. Or perhaps it's a natural state for her. Or maybe she has a fever.
What are you, anemic?
Huh?
What is he, anemic?
Maybe.
Normal body warmth heating him up like the sun?
Possibly.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Hisao.
You're right.
Hisao's actually dead. He's not a real human being. He's just...
Oh god, that would be like a
reanimated
weird
flesh.
sci-fi twist.
Yeah, that'd be a hell of a twist for Katawa Shoujo to pull out of its ass.
Disabled? You're dead.
You're not just...
Jeez.
You're at
That'd be an existential mindfuck. That's a whole different type of visual novel.
Lol.
Don't bring it up.
I won't. It's the most comforting thing I've felt
I
in
should.
a long, long time.
Wow. Your heartbeat really does sound. It's like a drunken percussion orchestra.
Please don't say stuff like that. I get very uncomfortable. I laugh at her comment anyway, in an attempt to ease the tension. It sounds a little bit too forced. Man, I'm sorry I'm such a mess.
It's okay. It's the best part of it.
Hearing that doesn't make me happy. It's the only part of him.
That comment's pretty funny.
She breaks off the hug and settles down. An awkward silence falls upon us like a blanket, me feeling embarrassed about myself and Rin trying to arrange her expression into something she likes. One last time, I glance upwards. This rooftop really is really great. It's like I'm just a little bit closer to the sky.
I know a better place. We can't go there on lunch break. We can take you there sometime if you want.
The bell rings for the beginning of afternoon classes and Rin stands up to make her way downstairs. I don't hurry after her, deciding to stay up here for just a little while longer. Thanks for the hug.
Thanks for not kicking me.
After Rin leaves, I finally let tears roll down my cheeks and cry for my condition for the first and only time in my life. Then, I cast away that hollow person lying on the hospital bed. Forever.
Yay, character growth.
Damn,
That's the end of the act, isn't it?
That was what?
No, we still have another choice, I think.
That was a good moment.
That was it.
It
I
was.
like that. That was very sweet.
Hold on, I'm gonna send
my God.
shoot Caprici a message. and see
I
if he's
misread
still
the
showing
first
up.
statement and I thought it said 2 days later I'm back to feeling miserable. I'm miserable for
The
nothing.
development was nothing.
She's gonna kill
God.
us. I'm sure she
She's
Rin is secretly a psychopath.
What do you mean secretly?
That was coming. You just
I feel like she falls under the sociopath category more.
No, I'm joking. She's just very strange.
Oh yeah, it is past.
I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing that we were making so much more progress than Tsukihime the other day.
We were making more progress.
Schizophrenic sociopath.
You should speak up the pace, Leo. I hate to say it, but Caprici will caprici as Caprici pleases. So
All right. Well, I feel at least as a courtesy, I should
That's
shoot
fair,
him a
that's fair,
text.
that's fair.
I have finished
Still
the
don't know
text.
what
We
his
can move
stance
on.
on Katawa Shoujo is. If he just likes dropping in occasionally, or if he like actually just has an inconvenience come up.
I
every-
have no idea why. I have no idea, and I don't want to force him to come if
Oh,
he
no.
doesn't want to.
Maybe he's
2
listening
days
right
later,
now.
I'm feeling less miserable. I even go for a long, brisk, healthy walk like the nurse recommended, something which I had avoided and dodged with all sorts of excuses earlier.
Paranoid android.
I feel more active in class as well, delighting our science/homeroom teacher, Mr. Muto, with correct and promptly delivered answers. The break right now between the 2 morning classes is too short for any sort of meaningful activity, but too long to just spend it sitting in the classroom and doing nothing. Going out into the hallway isn't much better, but flexing my stiffened muscles is a better use of time than letting them get even stiffer by staying seated. The door of the neighboring classroom... Oh my god, the door of the neighboring classroom...
It's the people talking.
Is it just me, or is that really confusingly worded?
It is kind of.
The door of
Yeah.
the
The
neighboring-
door
The
of
door of the neighboring
cla-
classroom door opens,
Oh,
and
I
the
think
students
that's a
three,
typo.
four emerge to further fill up the already semi-crowded hallway. It seems their teacher kept them in for an extra few minutes.
Emmy is among them. She notices me noticing her, which almost makes me look away on reflex. I don't, however, and Emmy smiles at me as she happily skips toward me past the other students. Or lack thereof. Emmy looks pretty energetic, showing no signs of illness whatsoever. It seems she recovered from the cold.
Hey, good morning.
Nice to see you back on your feet. Feeling better now? She looks fine to me, but I still feel compelled to ask.
Thanks. And yeah, I do. It was just a cold, nothing serious.
Emmy laughs confidently, as if to emphasize her condition. I wonder
Wahaha.
for a moment what would count as serious in Emmy's book. She seems to be eager to put the topic aside, though. Where are you going?
Off to Rin's room to see if she's awake.
Oh? She skipped class? She skipped the morning class? A sheepish smile emerges on Emmy's face, and she gets slightly flustered.
Not exactly. Seems she caught the cold I had.
Sorry to hear that. Well, she was out in the rain on Sunday with us, after all. I saw her on Monday, and she was feeling a bit under the weather back then, too.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll ask the nurse for some cold medication and give it to her if she doesn't feel better soon.
She leaves for the girls' dorm. I want to go with her to wish Shireen well. I want to tell her that I'm better now too, but it doesn't feel appropriate. An unspecified feeling diverts my thoughts away. Somehow, I just can't summon the resolve to go in there. Is this what Iwanako went through when she tried to tell me what she felt?
Oh wait, that's a day skip.
Alright,
already.
that happened.
I'm curious real quick, guys.
Yeah,
So
maybe
we are-
just-
What are we on? Signal interference?
Uh-oh. That does not give me confidence in the next conversation.
Even though I'm feeling more energetic, I'm still hesitant about going over there to talk to Reen. It's not until 2 days later, on Friday, that I finally gather enough courage to enter the girls' dorm. I ask the first person I meet inside for directions to Reen's room. I knock on Reen's unmarked door and wait. After a few seconds of silence, I hear something rustling inside the room. I start wondering if maybe I should have brought something for her, like a can of warm coffee or some oranges. I could have peeled them for her. Well, too late now. We don't need girls, we need Kenji.
No, CD.
CD's
Nope.
obsession with Kenji. The door opens soundlessly. It was already unlocked, and I find myself staring at Reen, who stares back at me. She looks like she just got out of bed, with her hair all messed up. Okay, well, that's
Oh,
fine, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
Oops.
Do we still have that cat? I mean, if
I
not,
can
don't
add the
think-
cat, but
I don't think
we
that would
wanna add the
break
cat?
Twitch is standard. No, well, considering
What
that
the
they have
fuck?
a
it's
category
okay.
for.
So the issue is, we're totally gonna miss a CG or two if I keep it censored.
Okay, the Twitch
Should we
chat
just censor as much as possible until then?
Tell you what, I will gladly provide
You
descriptions
want to
of
provide
what
us
is
another
happening.
censor?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
fine.
can. Yeah, no, you know, I'll go find one. Let me
You
check
want
my.
to grab me a
my...
new censor?
We should just have like a really
Did
big
the
censor.
last? I forget.
It's like
Did the
a
last one
thumbnail.
have the caption, or was it just the cat staring?
It was the
it had
caption.
caption.
It was captioned.
I didn't have to find another one with the caption. And so far, here, I'll send this one, but
It is a bingo. It is on the bingo.
Wait, I'm gonna
Hold
look
on,
for
what-
Leo. Can you do gifs?
Which? Oh yeah, a censor is put up is a caption. I think I can do gifs.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
look
know,
for a
though.
Neko Arc dancing gif.
Oh my god, a Neko Arc gif, that would be perfect.
All right, here we go.
But it's
'Cause I
gotta
feel like there's
have a
one in the
solid
game.
background, otherwise it's not gonna function very well as a censor.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I think I found it. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna send it to you. Neko Arc dance, perfect.
But in you.
Alright, here it goes. Into Leo's den. If I can find it in all of my files.
No, shit, I'm uploading mine into the Empire's chat.
Wait, Leo's den, or where are you putting it?
We put it in 2 different spots. Alright, here we go. There we go. Neko Arc gif in Leo's den.
In Leo's
With
den?
a non-transparent background.
Okay.
That's gonna look really funny.
Open
Okay.
original.
Aw.
I have a good
Kitty.
selection of things to pick from in Empire's.
Oh my god.
What?
I have a good selection of things to pick from in Empire's.
Wait. What?
That is a very
Pain-
large collection of things.
A small collection of 1,000,001 JPEGs.
Poor Keebler had to have 8 teeth extracted.
Oh no, poor kitty.
As much as I like Neko Arc, I think the strength of that one alone.
These are just minions for virgins.
I'm so confused about that.
Alright, if the GIF doesn't work, we'll use that one. So if we go...
These words are in the Bible.
Image... Censor...
Aw,
image
kitty likes to
file.
collect rocks. I forgot how
Dance GIF.
poisonous cat gifts are for me. Or at
And
least
then
time draining.
Censor needs to go down here.
I love watching it move across stream. Hey, at least that's a bingo.
It is. On the bingo board, a censor is put up as a bingo.
There she is.
Alright, I think this is about... So if we turn
We
that
should
back
have
up,
you.
around
We
a
should
lot.
make sure, like, at one point.
It actually looks worse. It
It
actually
does.
looks more scandalous now than had
Yeah,
I
like
done
show the
some-
collar. There we go. Okay.
I like the way Rin's looking at us.
I know, like, why that look? Okay, but Leo,
I can't, but I
one thing
can't
you
go
should
too
do,
far down, otherwise it's gonna.
Create a second layer with Neko Arc, and have it just filling like the whole screen. That way, if we ever do like have to really quickly flip something up and make a decision, just
Well, we
have that
won't.
as a hidden layer that you can just.
Well,
activate.
I'll just turn off the visual from Katawa
But it's more
Shoujo.
fun if it's Neko Arc.
And then I'll blow up Neko Arc all the way. What do you want? Like,
Okay, well that way you don't. That way you have one ready, and you don't have to mess with the same Neko Arc JPEG.
like it actually looks like we're like actually censoring this, which
You
it's
could-
not that bad. It looks worse now than it did.
does. It really does.
Oh,
It
come
looks like
on.
there's something supposed to be going on there.
I mean,
but there's
technically,
not.
it does not. This probably would not violate Twitch rules.
Oh, I know it
But-
wouldn't violate Twitch rules, but like,
We could.
I mean,
put-
if people can stream
we could-
Persona 4 Golden on Twitch, then this wouldn't.
Wait, what happens in Persona 4 Golden?
Have you not seen Risei Kujikawa's dungeon?
No.
Was
Oh,
that the one with
boy.
the penile monster?
Oh, wait,
No,
isn't that a
okay,
staple
that's
Persona?
that's actually from Kamoshida's palace in the original one. Well, okay,
Rich.
there's multiple penile monsters. Which one are you
It
talking
seems
about?
like they're just
Never
everywhere,
mind.
and that makes me.
Risei
like-
Kamakuchi?
Risei Kujikawa, I think is her name.
Here, I'll Google this
Fujikawa.
on my own.
Look up the boss
Wait,
of
Risei-
that.
Wait, how do
boss.
you Kujikawa? Nendroid. Wait, what is it?
I want to say it's Risei Kujikawa, but I can't 100% remember.
Oh no, yeah, it's her. Wait,
So if you look up Risei Kujikawa dungeon,
dungeon. Do I really? want to do
it's
this?
quite okay. The dungeon itself is quite literally. I don't know how to explain
It's
this.
got. It's. What is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured it out.
Yep. It's a pleasure parlor.
Yes. Well, they call it a striptease, is what it's called.
That's
In-
worse
in-game.
somehow.
That's
It
worse.
is. All right, let's move
somehow.
on. Let's move on. Let's.
Okay, we need to make a decision about this sensor because I legitimately think it looks
Worse.
even more questionable now
Yeah,
that
we'll
we
put
have a
it- we'll
sensor.
How
put it
about
to
you
a
just
vote.
cover the
Here,
whole
put-
fucking screen?
Here,
Yeah, you
put
know what?
Neko
We're
Arc-
gonna-
put Neko Arc to
Put
the
like
left. That way
put like
people
12
understand
images up
that
and
there's
censor
something.
everything.
Put Neko
Huh?
Arc at top left. That way people understand that there's something strange going on, aside from the fact
Nope, Neko Arc's just gonna be the whole screen. I ain't dealing with this.
that... Wait, could you leave the text box? Wait.
No, it
Right,
overlaps with the
box.
text box.
Can we make
like,
the
don't...
text box not opaque? Can we like edit the game files?
No,
I mean, honestly, this is
that is so much extra work, dude.
Well, yeah, but actually, I don't know. Maybe you just find the file and replace it.
Transform center horizontally. There you go.
Okay, so this actually.
We're
does
just
look
doing
good.
this. Like
Honestly,
we either
I mean,
censor
kinda
it
fits.
completely or not at all.
I am completely fine with it. It's a CD. All right, here we go.
Oh God.
All right.
I gotta back up like 1 second. She looks like she just got out of bed with her hair all messed up and barely any clothes on.
Y'all live like, I get, hello.
Why?
There's a strange, stupid-looking smile on Reen's face.
No.
I'm not exactly sure why.
We
Reen
went from the
smiles so
best
rarely
moment
that it
in the
seems to
game
be
to
out
the
of place
worst
every
second to
time.
Kenji.
Especially so now, given her partially undressed state. Said state makes me feel extremely conflicted about whether or not this was a good idea. Her cheeks are flushed rose red, contrasting with the milky pale complexion of a person who doesn't get
Oh,
enough
I
sun.
just realized it skipped a scene, didn't it?
What?
An A scene.
Wait, it did?
What do you mean it skipped a scene?
Did it skip an H scene? Is that why there's a sudden
No.
clash of like we hugged
Nope.
and all?
Nope, no.
Oh.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
You will
That's
know
just-
when there was a. You will know when there was.
Okay, that
supposed
just
to be
makes
an
it
H scene.
even more out of place. Anyways,
I'm just so confused. Anyways, keep reading.
Her forehead looks sweaty, as though she might have a fever.
Oh no. Renan fever.
Hi. Now what? I didn't plan anything further than this, and Reen is staring at me with with those expectant eyes of hers again. Something about the situation gives me very strange vibes. Her eyes are even more vacant than usual, and she seems to have a hard time focusing them on anything.
What does about the situation doesn't give you strange vibes, Hisao?
It sounded like you were having a stroke
He
over
was
there.
having a stroke. At least a mental
It
breakdown
legitimately,
would have
like, you
been
were sputtering, dude. The lack of clothing is disturbing, but since she herself doesn't seem to be bothered, why should I be?
Well,
Someone had to draw this, by the way. I think they wanted to draw this.
and
Yeah.
that's the worst part.
I keep telling myself that. I thought I'd pay you a visit since you haven't been at the art club, and I wanted to talk with you and wish you well. Reen doesn't show any sign of recognizing what I just said, making me wonder if she actually understood my words, or if she even heard them. Maybe it's the fever.
oh,
making
we're
her
at
groggy.
her dorm. I thought she was at
Yes.
ours.
No.
Oh,
No,
that was
we're
my
at
fault.
our
that
dorm.
would be so much worse.
Yeah, it is the same background. That's why I was thrown off.
That's very true.
Kenji just comes out.
She comes out of the.
Also naked.
Oh god.
Kenji goes out. No, with the single leaf over his private
Yeah,
parts.
exactly.
We need to Photoshop that now. Hold on.
No, we don't. Oh, God, that is
I
funny.
need that image.
No, we do not.
Maybe it's the fever making her groggy. She might have actually been asleep before I came over.
Yeah.
She turns on her heel and withdraws from the door, walking back inside the small room. In the doorway, I can see her walk to her bed and half fall down, half sit down onto the messy pile of bed sheets. The open doorway seems to be more of an obstacle in my mind than the closed doorway was, but since Reen doesn't say anything else, I step through it and into her room. Reen is on her bed, leaning against the wall, leaving only the chair in the room for me.
Wait,
She-
what is this music?
Wait,
from?
hold on.
The game.
Leaving the only chair
Well,
in the room for me.
Yeah. We've heard it before. Is this like?
I think
I
it's
think
just
it's
the
just-
uplift in music.
I think
Yeah,
so,
this
yeah.
is parody. This is the sort of like.
This is when Sheena and Wait,
It's used for scenes of levity primarily.
levity.
At least
Google.
2 become 1 isn't played.
Oh, thank God.
She
Levity.
keeps quiet even after I sit down, so
Oh, I see.
maybe she meant to invite me in, but just forgot to say so out loud. An implied invitation, as it were.
Very exciting. Nobody's ever visited me before.
I wonder why.
The breaking of the silence draws my attention from the room to its inhabitant, who currently seems to be in the middle of a very profound thought process.
Actually, that was not true about this thing. But Erin doesn't count, even if she exists. She always panders too much. I think she's having too much fun. I think I've forgotten how to put a brow on by myself.
She looks groggily down at her chest.
Probably why I don't have one on.
I haven't failed to notice that Reen doesn't have her shirt buttoned up either, but I try to keep my eyes strictly locked on hers. It's rather evident that she's not a very body-conscious person. Oh my god.
Just skip the line. Look, there's things that should not be said, and that is one of them.
Came to wake me up at 7:30 today. She came to what? Can you imagine that?
She pauses for a while and glances at my dumbfounded face.
Second thought, you probably can. It's not like that reverse rainbow fish I told you in Legendary. That was hard.
Reverse rainbow fish.
I can't
Like
even
rainbow
see
fish,
the-
but in reverse.
Well, yes,
I
that
just-
seems like a pretty normal time to
Alright,
wake up.
we need
if
to
you wanna
speed
go
up
to
the
class in
dialogue. I
morning.
want Rin to not have a fever.
I'm trying to sound as reasonable as possible to counteract Reen's unreasonable annoyance.
Told her to sod off. He gave me these meds I'm gonna take.
Oh no,
I
she's on
follow her
drugs
eyes
too.
to the night table and then look to the pill bottle sitting on top of it. Pick it up and turn it around to look at the label so I can see what kind of medication I brought. Active
Emicate.
ingredient
Oh,
codeine?
that bitch on lean.
How do you pronounce that?
Codeine.
What is
Codeine?
it?
It is in cough syrup, but it is also used in a psychoactive drug known as lean. You have it in high doses, it's a drug.
Uh-oh.
We took all the.
Uh-oh. You took all of these?
No. Yeah. I've been eating some since there's so many. Seem to make this thing not so bad. But she's not. Actually, I think I'm feeling just fine.
Her head lolls round and round, making it look like she's either trying to stretch her neck muscles or possibly pass out. She took several of these pills?
Leave and
Can that
lock
be
the door.
safe?
Peace out.
At least it's bound to have some side effects. Which I'm afraid I'm witnessing right now.
I'm feeling just fine. I'm fine. Someone take this buzzing away from my head. Can't think straight.
The annoyed expression returns to Reen's face.
Like many of those insect things, or really big insect things. With lots of wings. Very much color in it.
Oh god.
What's the word for those?
Fireflies.
Oh, never mind. I know. It's butterflies.
She smiles slightly at her last observation. A small pause in her monologue is not long enough for me to dare saying something that could potentially, but not likely, salvage this discussion.
Or butterflies. They're the best animal. You see any on your way here? Peace out.
She utters my name as an afterthought, possibly to make it clear that she is now addressing me instead of just speaking her mind to whoever might be listening. This odd situation has left me speechless, more or less since the moment Reen first opened her mouth. Now that she herself doesn't seem to have anything else to add, silence fills the small room. It makes me glance around again in an attempt to find something to talk about. Reen's room is about as small as mine. The big window, which takes up most of the wall furthest from the door, opens to the east just like mine. It looks very normal, which strikes me as strange. I expected something more different. About a dozen
It's a radio
paintings,
back.
most of them in Reen's signature abstract style, and a few art posters are taking up almost all of the available wall space. But that's about the only real difference between her room and mine. The room is not exactly aesthetic, but it doesn't look like what I'd expect from a girl's room either. A faint smell of art, of paint and paper is floating in the air. It's the same smell the art room has. Reen Green isn't too concerned about being tidy, it seems. Everything she owns seems to be arranged in various piles around her room. Your room looks nice. It's an empty sentence one uses to fill empty spaces in conversation, but my wits are failing me pretty hard right now.
Yeah. Would you like me to show you the place?
She looks down at her half-open shirt quizzically, making me inadvertently follow her gaze to her chest.
Oh, I guess I already did.
Show her
I can't deny that, no matter how hard I try to act properly.
Very nice that you came to see me. Makes me feel, what's the word? You know, the one about things and stuff.
nailed it, man.
Anyway, you can't.
Green's rambling makes me remember that I actually came here for a reason. Hey, about what we talked about on Monday? On the rooftop, remember?
Oh, thank God, that song's gone.
Huh?
Green doesn't seem to be exactly attentive right now, not that she ever is. I plow ahead and get it off my chest anyway. I just wanted to tell you that I'm going to be better from now on, I guess. I hate being pathetic, so I decided I'm not going to be anymore.
I love it, that.
I guess that's all.
Okay. Isn't that good?
Esau redemption arc. I told you guys he gets at least a little bit better.
I mean, I guess we wouldn't want him any other way, because it's good to have a protagonist that progresses, because that's fun to follow.
No,
But
I
it
mean,
is also
Esau
equally
more than
fun
any
to crap on
yeah.
him.
Esau more than a lot of visual novel protagonists actually undergoes arcs, and like a different arc in each route, which I think is kind of impressive. Take Fruit of Grisaia, for example, and I love Fruit of Grisaia to pieces, but Kazumi Yuji is essentially a static character, even though he is still my favorite visual novel protagonist, basically, of all time.
Wait, don't forget Frisk from Undertale.
Undertale is not a visual novel.
It's close
Yeah,
enough.
Undertale is not a visual novel.
No, it's an RPG.
Undertale is...
The distinct difference is a visual novel has no fucking gameplay.
Oh, that's very true.
Well, Danganronpa begs to differ.
Danganronpa is the exception because it's bad.
Hey, I like Danganronpa.
What did you just say?
Danganronpa is the exception because it's bad. Go play Ace Attorney.
Fuck you.
I love Danganronpa. Why would you say that?
Ace Attorney, both are good. I think.
I actually find Ace Attorney really boring.
Which one did you play?
I never got through the first one.
That's
which
fair. The
may
first one's
explain
bad.
We've got the Toby
Alright.
Fox bingo square.
That's how they get you. Everyone buys the trilogy and then can't get past the first game.
Is the second one better?
That's sad.
Yeah, I mean the future ones are good. I really love Spirited Justice, and that's the newest one.
CD is very upset about your statement about Danganronpa.
Okay, cry about it. Go play Danganronpa.
Go read One Piece.
Anyway,
Excited
yeah.
to get back to the game.
We just all were silent for a minute and like waiting to see if the tangent would continue. No, please don't let it go.
The blurry words flow out of her lips, slowly and uncontrollably.
I'm happy for you, I think. That's what I... You shouldn't look so sad all the time. I mean, looking sad is fine if you're not sad, but you look sad like you're actually sad. Like you actually sad. That's no good. Are you going on some training camp? Do they make men out of boys? Mountaintop meditation?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. I guess that's fine too.
The sentences come out of her mouth and probably her brain, one at a time with a small pause between each, making her gibberish hard to understand.
I just think it seemed like a good idea. Maybe it's not.
Rin finishes with one more line, getting to say the last word over herself. An impressive display of what I can only describe as mental shadowboxing. Well, while I'm embarrassing myself, might as well tell you that I'm sorry that I said some stupid things to you last week. It's your own business to decide what you're going to do. She seems to not register my words first, but then understanding lights in her eyes, and she waves her head around in a way that can be interpreted as anything.
It's okay. It's okay. Probably said stupid things too. It's just sometimes it's a bit hard to keep my thoughts the way I like them. They're not very straight, at least most of the time. Not that I want to have them straight. I just wish they were at least in some shape. Fine too, but I need more definition.
Wait, hold on. What did I just walk into? Like I left to go
My
fix
thoughts
an
are
audio
very messy.
shield.
It's just Rin being Rin and saying random bullshit.
Oh, okay, good.
Messy.
She repeats the word melancholically, then flops lying down on her bed and nuzzles her head against her pillow, shutting her eyes.
Enough. Tired. You should go.
4:40 something.
I'm going to sleep again.
in Japan.
Yep, Whiskers made the thumbnail. I'm not that good at pixel art. I'm pretty bad at it, actually.
It takes weird amounts of practice.
I did some of the pixel art on the
That looks
Stardew
fine,
Valley
I thought.
thumbnails. Like, okay, if you take a look at the Stardew Valley thumbnails on my channel, there's the actual Stardew Valley Empires. Oh my god, my PC's about to die.
Oh,
What? Was it unplugged?
Yeah, somehow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought your pixel art was alright, especially just like starting out.
Well, yeah, I mean, so Whiskers did the actual logo, and then I did like the band of like wood that I like move around on the sides. I was mostly just, and I literally used the same colors that he did, and I was mostly just, it's kind of like a stopgap measure to fill the space a little bit. She opens one of her eyes to look at me.
is it you? What was it? You who likes to look at sleeping girls? Someone else.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe there were many of those. I can't remember. We can
Nah.
stay if you want.
That is your cue to leave.
No, I'll leave. I have to do homework anyway. I stand up from the chair and take a step toward the door.
Wait.
Her request stops me in my tracks, not that I intended to scoot off right away. I look over my shoulder at the girl lying on the bed, again with the strangest kind of smile on her features. She should smile more often.
I can walk you to the door.
No, you can't.
Well, it's like 2 feet. At least
Rin,
it's the
go
least
to
a
bed and
gentleman
wait for the
can do.
drugs to wear off.
Rin giggles like a little kid, making me beyond absolutely certain that she took far too
Alert the
much of her
nurse,
cold
The
medication
city and
today.
the police.
Always wanted to say that.
Slowly and with difficulty, Rin rises to a sitting position again. Then she stands up with even more difficulty and more slowly still. As if guided by some masculine automation, my eyes instantly lower to the...
No! And stop reading.
It's getting...
Every part of the Hisao
It's getting almost
redemption
too
arc,
hard to do that.
just he failed.
Rin is standing, although barely. It looks like she has trouble keeping her usually decent balance. Again, probably a side effect of the medicine.
Hisao, don't let her walk you to the door. She will somehow
She
murder
takes an
you in that
unsteady
time.
step toward me, then another smaller one as she notices that it's not a good idea to try to take big steps. I feel my muscles tense as I prepare to catch Rin if she falls down. She
What?
manages to take 2 more steps before she falls against me. To my
Should we put down
like-
the
I
thing?
kind of feel like, regardless of any,
So for
I kind of
context,
feel like this
Rin
image
has-
specifically.
Yeah, Rin has fallen over. She is now.
Just
We are now.
move neck arc like slightly down, like almost all the way down.
What do you mean?
like
just to
down
cover
to the middle of the
like,
screen so
text
that we can
box.
see the important part, but not the.
Like the
Handsome.
slight annoying
I'd
part.
basically just have to cover up the text box.
That's fine. We're reading it anyways. I mean, nothing's been showing for the past 5 minutes, so it's better than that. Watching
we'll,
it
like-
work slowly move is really funny.
No, it's not as
I don't
bad
know
as
what's
you think, Sudi.
happening.
It's not bad. It's plot important, sort of.
Mwah.
There's just like
There we
half
go.
a Neko arc.
It's Neko hair.
There we go. That's wholesome-ish.
Beautiful.
Oh my god, a 6 viewers showed up as this is happening.
A sixth viewer.
God.
No, leave immediately. Get the fuck out of here while you still can.
Just start reading. Just go. What?
No,
Maybe
she was
these
always
are-
in uniform.
She had
She
like
was
the
always in
shirt part
uniform.
on.
She
It's
just
not buttoned.
yeah, she had the shirt part on the whole time.
Finally, no dress code
It just-
violations. Now
Nothing
go, Leo,
underneath.
go.
She manages to take two more steps before she falls against me. To my surprise, neither her downward momentum nor her slight height difference are able to stop Rin from pressing her heart-shaped lips squarely against mine. Oh, shit. What the hell? Okay, there we go. As our lips part after a confusing moment of nothing but the taste of Rin, I look down at her, trying to find some explanation for this bewildering event. And now Neko Arc can cover the full screen again. There. Shit, I accidentally turned off the sensor and not the rest of it. It's not like it's even that big of a deal.
It really isn't, but it's more funny to go through the trouble and like put Neko arc there, so you know.
Yeah.
And let's be honest here, scuffed streams are basically my brand image at this point.
Yeah.
The euphoric smile of a madman broadens on Rin's lips again, and
Under firework numberless tomorrow.
I am absolutely stumped on how to respond. Rin takes a step backward, separating her body from mine, making me only now realize that they were even connected in the first place. The second step is actually a fall backwards, luckily straight onto her bed. The soft thud of Rin's body makes against the mattress. Oh my god, can I read English, please? The soft thud of Rin's thin body makes against the mattress breaks the silence. I move over quickly to see if she hurt herself, only to be met with the peaceful face of dreaming. Rin sleeps. She's lying diagonally across the bed, somehow managing to have simultaneously fallen asleep while standing up, and fallen down in a way that she didn't injure herself. Fool's luck. I tuck Rin in, covering her with the sheets as well as I can. She feels very light, even though I'm not that strong. I stand up to look at her, the oval-shaped face, the dark eyelashes shut against the feverish cheeks,
You can move
the
Neko
slender
arc
body
now if
covered
you
with the
want,
pale sheets.
but I say keep
Rin
it there.
sleeps. A conflict. No. Conflicts, plural, churn inside me. Think about calling a nurse to keep an eye on her, but decide against it. After taking one more glance at her peaceful face, I decide that she'll be fine.
No,
She
she
dead.
I do
is
pocket
dead.
the remaining pills, though.
Oh, there you
Slumped
go.
over. Clocked out.
These are mine now.
Up and heavy.
These are mine! I exit the room and close the door soundlessly behind me. Sensor goes away, Katawa Shoujo comes back. There we go.
Yatta!
I exhale deeply, only now realizing I had held my breath for the better part of a minute. Taking a moment to relax, I try to calm down my heart, racing like a jackrabbit.
Oh god, that's right. Oh, is the day ending? Alright, I'll be back
Why
in
is
like
that bro
20
didn't
seconds.
die?
I keep expecting the song to continue, but this is not the soundtrack version. Is the Katawa Shoujo audio kind of quiet?
I have no idea.
I
I'll
mean,
be
it is
back.
for me because I turned it down. Give me 1 second to pull up the stream.
Well, okay, so we turned it down yesterday, but not yesterday, the last time we streamed, but I'll move it back up just a little bit. That's just it's kind of quiet compared to how loud you guys are in my headphones. Both Whiskers and Kane are
Yeah.
muted. Should we keep going, or should we just wait for one or both of them to get back?
I mean, it may as well wait. I don't think we're gonna run in the next 2 seconds, but it doesn't hurt.
What?
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing
he's
happened.
back. Nothing happened. We didn't even move on because Kane
Oh, okay.
deafened himself, and I don't know where he went and why. 'Cause
Probably to get some
Did you
pizza.
hear what he
Time to
said?
practice our improv comedy.
So
improv
what's the
comedy.
deal with airplane food?
Wait, one more
It's
time.
absolute dog shit. Let me I don't actually don't get me started on airplane food.
I mean, it's not ideal. Apparently, some people get sushi on airplanes, and that sounds like just the grossest combo I ever heard of.
I wonder if
Oh my God.
sushi on Japanese airplanes would be really good.
Maybe.
Like if because they do trains right, maybe they somehow fix planes too.
I somehow doubt that notion, but you know,
Actually, yeah, 'cause they
I
probably
would
wouldn't
love
have
to
Have
be
you ever
wrong.
seen the Jack Whitehall bit about the cheese strudel?
Oh my god.
What the
yes.
hell? No.
It's well, we should send it to you, but it's funny.
This feels like some
Yeah,
sort of
there's this
in-depth
comedian
baker's
that I
joke.
introduced Whiskers to
Where the
named Jack
Bunch do you
Whitehall.
think you're going?
Jack Whitehall's great. If you ever get the chance, check him out.
Our improv comedy is not great, is it?
Well, we haven't
No,
done
it's
anything
ter-
yet.
it's absolutely atrocious.
9 hours? Have we actually only been doing this for 9 hours?
No, there
Like
was
what?
that massive amount of resetting. Remember?
What?
Yeah,
Well,
I remember.
It doesn't.
Wait.
Okay. The playtime counter only measures how far you have gone in the.
regardless, I
current
feel like
path.
we've been on Rain's route for a while, but I think that's just the perception of because.
I think we've got a total of like, let's see, how many weeks have we been doing this?
I guess around 12 to 15 hours.
Well, how many weeks
I mean,
have we
I
been
could
doing?
Like 6 or
check.
7.
I want to say 6 or 7. Sounds
Six,
about
shit,
right.
I
then
love
yeah,
that
like
whenever
12
your
to 15.
desktop shows up, like all you can see is Tsukihime on
Because we generally
Oh,
start at
wait,
7.
oh, hold on. Does my desktop show up when I do?
them. Maybe if you alt tab, that's what it's doing. I'm not really.
The general schedule is we start at 7, then actually start at fucking 7:45, and then go until about 10.
Yeah, he's kind of.
Wait, really?
We do tend to start late.
Yeah,
let's
it's
make a
around
goal
7:45
to
to
start
10,
at
so
7:15 next time.
No, I find it funny.
Well, yeah.
I'm not complaining about us taking 45 minutes to start because we always talk about the
I mean, yeah, we
conversation.
talk about interesting stuff, so maybe it's not actually bad.
Maybe we should stop talking about interesting stuff during the actual stream.
Talk
though.
about boring stuff.
I
Maybe
mean, the
we should
stream
talk
is
about
just
the game
chatting,
during
so,
the
you know.
school.
I don't
This
think
is
anyone
not
can
a
blame
good
us for
tangent,
chatting in a
let's keep
stream that's able just chatting.
That's
That
very
is true. It is.
People know what
we
they're
have to,
signing
we have
up
to
for.
make sure that we're not in violation of Twitch's terms of service. We have to actually just be chatting, you know?
Yeah.
I had trouble getting to sleep that night, so the next morning finds me exceptionally groggy. I briefly consider skipping class, but remind myself that I was supposed to be a stronger person now. I get up
Yo,
like a
he's
good
down.
boy and put on my uniform, then make my way to the main school building without eating breakfast.
No,
I don't think
breakfast
good
bar.
boys skip breakfast.
Yeah. Get a breakfast
says,
bar or
knowing-
something.
Leo says, knowing full well that he skips breakfast almost every day.
Oh, on your
Yeah.
behalf. I don't know what else to say.
I sit in
Yeah,
my
you
seat in
grab
classroom
something like
3-3,
banana.
waving a greeting to Misha and Shizune like I do every morning, and let the day wash over me.
I thought it was just gonna be it.
The afternoon classes are always longer than those in the morning. This is true regardless of whether I count it by the minute or by the number of doodles drawn in my notebooks. Today I'm especially distracted as I keep thinking about Rin. Did I manage to properly tell her that I want to get better? Did she understand a word of what I was saying?
No.
Think about
She
the
was
kiss we
very
shared
on
and
drugs.
what it means. She was so out of her mind, maybe it means nothing, but we've been getting closer lately. What does that mean? Think about Reen more and more nowadays. I wonder if she thinks about me. Who would voluntarily think about Esau?
Masterpiece.
3?
The ringing of bells makes me flinch and then realize I haven't been paying attention during the latter half of class at all. Look at the assortment of sketches traveling up and down the margins of my notebook. The only thing I got done in the last hour. Feeling vaguely disappointed in myself, I pack up and get into the hallway.
That's how you mute? Sorry, I
What?
just accidentally pressed enter and it muted me. It's like,
Oh,
yeah, that's how you mute. Wait, I never knew
Enter? That doesn't
that.
work for me.
Apparently. Maybe that's because I'm on Discord. Like, I think if I was... Let me try this.
I am
If
too
I'm
now.
alt tabbed, let me try pressing enter. Yeah, it doesn't work then. So it's just when I'm in front of Discord.
I am right now. I don't know you. Whatever. Don't worry about it.
Dude, I don't know either. I don't get it.
Rena's
That's why I
standing
was
right
surprised.
outside the door, her presence stopping me in my tracks as soon as I spot her. Her posture is relaxed as always, but I suddenly feel like I just ate a crowbar.
Oh, okay.
I'm having a hard time meeting her gaze. She doesn't seem to have any trouble looking at me, but those dark eyes are making me feel flustered for no reason. It's hard to look straight at her, so I turn my face away a little. I don't know what one should say in this kind of situation.
You hide.
And again, I rarely know what to say to Rin in any given situation.
The cold medicine finally wear off.
Hi.
One might not pick that up. Shit. Hello.
I try to get rid of the awkwardness in my voice and invoke a more natural way of speaking. I suddenly worry about where I should put my hands. It feels like they're in the way somehow. How are you feeling? You were pretty out of it yesterday.
I'm okay. What do you mean yesterday?
You don't remember? She tilts her head to the side like a bird, looking somewhat confused.
Remember what? I have a pretty bad memory.
About yesterday.
What about yesterday?
I came to see you and
I don't remember that kind of thing happening.
she really doesn't remember? I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I feel disheartened all the same.
I remember that I promised you to show you one place though. Did that happen for real? Maybe. I just think that I remember that. I really don't.
Nope, that was real too.
Okay. Do you want to go?
Now?
Yeah.
Well, sure, why not? Is it far?
Let's not.
Wait, then why can't
Together,
you
we
go there
walk
during
downstairs and then outside. The usual summer day, whirring cicadas and all, greets us. It's immensely hot, and without the air conditioning the classrooms offer, I start sweating immediately. We start along the tree-lined pathway that leads toward the dorms. Cherry trees offer shade, with the sunlight blinking through the holes in the canopy. The light creates a chaotic pattern of shadows dappled with bright places where the beams hit the pavement. Green's eyes are wandering in every direction but mine. I get the feeling that it's intentional. She leads me to the back gate once again, taking us through it and into the forest beyond. As before, the dropping temperature and the drastically reduced levels of light make me feel like the forest is swallowing us into its cavernous belly. We head uphill along the same path as last time, snaking around trees and boulders, over roots and rocks, past wild undergrowth. Birds sing somewhere in the woods, soloists for the humming background music of the treetops. We go past the small clearing with the big maple that is now called the worry tree. The climb steepens, then becomes easier again. I have to stop a few times to catch my breath, then hurry after Rin, who doesn't stop to wait for me. Soon, I'm out of breath again. Suddenly, the trees end and we emerge from the forest. The boundary of the woods is sharp and abrupt, as though a line had been drawn to mark it. The hill continues to climb up a little further ahead, but from here to the top it's a rocky meadow, patches of grass and small bushes that look like they are growing straight from the rock. We soon reach the highest point, the forest behind us and the view to every direction opening in front of our eyes. The city lies far below and away, lazily reveling in the quiet afternoon mood. You can see pretty far from here, and the vista is beautiful. Wonder how high up we are. I breathe the fresh air and feel my heart rate slowly going back down. I think I might have overdone it a bit. A higher pulse is dangerous for me. I'm feeling fine right now, though. The wind plucks up, ruffling my hair and causing the trees below to sway.
What would happen if he had like a heart attack here? Maybe I should not bring that up.
It would be
Very
funny.
intrusive thought.
It would not
I
be.
think that counts as a heart attack joke. That's a bingo.
That was not a joke. That was a fear.
But then Kane said that would be funny, so you know.
Oh well, yeah, that counts. But I am legitimately concerned.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. There's an ambulance like what, 15, 20, 30 minutes away?
It makes the grass undulate in waves as the breeze sweeps across the hilltop. Sun shines from the open skies upon us, a few clouds passing by to shadow it. What was painful heat before is now gentle warmth. Take a good look around. The hilltop... Yeah, me too, CD. Oh my god. He's... Can you guys see Twitch chat?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I was actually
Why
worried about
didn't
that.
have a heart? Sal gets a little excited. That's true.
I don't think Rin was in a good condition to call an ambulance if he actually did.
See, he's already at risk. There's nothing.
I
to
would
worry
argue
about.
that it was because all the blood was flowing away from his heart at that moment.
Shh.
Wait, where would
God
it have been
fucking
going?
damn it.
Oh my god.
Well,
Wait, no.
Listeners-
there's this thing that happens when a man generally sees a naked woman.
Ah, why do I ask? I figured it out.
Where would it go?
Oh
I thought it was gonna like
God.
roast to his head or something, or I don't know. Like at first I thought like his lips because he was like a vampire, but now I understand.
To his cowlick.
to
It rushes
his
to his
ahoge.
hair. Like he does like the frickin' thing in Spirited Away where his hair stands on end.
Yep.
The blood rushes to his ahoge.
Exactly.
What's an ahoge?
It's that little tuft of hair that all the anime characters have.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
just that little strand of hair that sticks up off their heads.
It's
If you've ever seen Makoto Naegi before, he's like textbook example of ahoge.
Makoto. Nah, keep
it,
going.
it literally
while I
means
look.
idiot something. I can't remember what the other word is, but it's probably something
Nagi?
to do with hair.
Oh, is he Danganronpa?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got wow.
He's got
I've
the
seen now.
biggest of ahoges.
Anyways, moving on.
I take a good look around. The hilltop is pretty in the way nature often is. Unplanned harmony found
Wow.
in the natural arrangement of
You
things.
really do have a word with a word with way.
A
So
word with ways. The most striking feature is the abundance of small yellow flowers. They're literally everywhere in this small meadow. I can't help commenting on it. Wow, a lot of flowers.
You know this guy? It will fly away.
dandelions.
Yeah,
Oh.
dandelions.
That
Well,
is
not many
kind of
with
a flower.
that school, because they cut the grass so often. Nobody cuts grass up here.
The fragile-looking flowers will soon turn white and fluffy like cotton, and the wind will carry their seeds away. I crouch down and look at one tiny yellow flower, silently basking in the sunlight. There's not a hint of white yet, so it's still waiting for its time to be fulfilled. I brush my finger against the delicate yellow petals, feeling the soft texture in my fingertips. Feels nostalgic somehow. I hear Reen approaching
You know,
from
sounds
behind
good
and
to
stand
me.
back up to face her. She has a weird look on her face. Something on your mind?
I don't know. It's just... You just look so sad all the time. I'm upset so easily. It makes me so confused, and I really don't know much about yesterday, except that you came to my room. That's why it might be because of me. So because of me, I think I don't know why. Because people don't really like talking to me. It might be the same, and that would be sad. And I know that other people are talking about others with any too, and that's always strange. It's kind of strange to talk strange things, so I thought I'd try not to say strange things. But that just makes me more and these strange things and colorful. It's not a good word to make you understand why and often. So if I want to say something, I don't really know how. And the words are not the same, the thoughts are just something that's on the way out. It's not like the thoughts are the legal thing I should be saying. It's not like the idea, the thought, or feeling of the idea, feeling. That's not really any of those either. There's no word for it unless I know the new one, which is not really used to because I've been making doing things better than saying. So maybe because yesterday I took those pills, I was feeling a little strange. I might have done something that I shouldn't. Besides, I don't even know if it should be any better. If I just could just say about there was no telepathy, there's real telepathy isn't there. I really think it'd be terrible and useful at the same time. But right now I wouldn't mind misunderstanding it so easy, but understanding it's not. I thought.
I grasp her shoulder and squeeze hard to make her stop. I don't have the capacity to take all that in at once. Rin shuts up instantly. Take a breath. I'm not upset. Why would I be? I'm just a little confused, but it's alright. I wonder if I was making a face she doesn't like again. I guess I've been thinking about yesterday all the time. Maybe I looked weird. She had a mirror with me at all times. No need to get it all said at once. I'll listen, even if you talk slower.
It just came out. Sorry. I'm okay now. I just wanted to say something. I didn't mean that. It's weird, isn't it?
She looks at me with a surprisingly timid expression, one that I haven't seen before. Can't help but laugh a little. Yeah, it's weird. Oh my god, it's Innocence. This is one of the best This is one of the best songs on the soundtrack. You are a pretty weird person, but there's nothing wrong with that. Thanks for being worried about me, but I'm gonna get better. I told you that yesterday, but I guess you don't remember that either.
I don't. I wonder what else I forgot. Hopefully nothing important like my own name. That'd be terrible.
Well, you kissed me.
Okay.
But you're just gonna.
Yeah, you did.
Maybe that would
On
actually
the
clear the
lips.
air.
I try to sound as matter-of-fact as I can, but I worry that I might be blushing again.
Did you think?
No? Why would I do that?
And it's all good. It's all good, right? It's okay. I didn't forget my name.
Yeah, it's okay. Wish I was more suave so that I could come up with a better follow-up to that, but nothing comes to mind. It's a good thing that Rien has more to say. It makes me feel relieved somehow.
I think I should say sorry. I'm not that.
It is an oxymoron, CD.
Some things are hard to understand, like jellyfish. Do you understand jellyfish? Jellyfish actually aren't that complicated. The whole thing is that, like, they weigh fucking nothing. Like, paper weighs more than a jellyfish in the water. Like, it's fucking crazy. That's why they float. They use the water to float.
Wait, so wouldn't they be less massive? Because paper's not really heavy in water either.
It was more a figure of speech. Jellyfish are really fucking light. Like, they have no control of where they go. They just go with the current.
Yep.
They just kind of exist in a manner of being and then sting you.
Yeah, they're like floating anemone.
Like a living
Maybe the
goat.
reason I don't go.
And then
into the
sometimes they kill humans if they're from Australia.
Yep.
A lot of things from Australia kill humans. Funny
That's what they get for being Australian.
Hate for Australia Club.
Hey, I was there for 2.5 months. It's not
I know,
that
and I
bad.
pity you so harshly.
Unless you go into the
Thank
water.
God you
Unless
didn't
you
have
go
to
into
say
the
that.
water unless you go into the water in northern Australia in general, then you're just fucked.
There are too many scary creatures there for me. It sounds like a cool place, but I can't.
Kangaroos are cool though. I got to pet kangaroos.
They
Oh, that's
kill you,
cute.
though. They have big.
They
butts.
actually let you pet kangaroo. Like, there's like nature sanctuaries that you can go to basically everywhere,
They
and
like
you just
being
basically go into the kangaroo enclosure and you can feed them.
Yeah,
and
no,
pet them.
they can be really fucking cool. You just can't fuck around with wild ones because they can literally kick you so hard your like rib cage just goes in on itself and you die.
Yup.
And that's why I'm never.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So back to Katawa Shoujo.
I'm
guess
just
not.
like Ren. I'm just like Ren. People really like jellyfish to me. I don't understand.
Now it's her turn to make a face. I don't really like seeing.
Never really had friends. What about me?
What about me?
What about me?
All right.
Huh.
I think
I
I
think-
think this
well,
choice
I-
is pretty obvious, but let's just put it to a vote.
I feel like.
I do
What do you
believe
guys
this. Well, hold on. I need
Well,
to
because
figure
like
this out.
Emmy, they were roommates. It's not like they chose to be
Yeah.
with each other. You know?
It is on one hand like that instinctive part of me doesn't want to be like immediately. The word's not selfish.
Oh.
I guess.
Nah,
the
what
word
about me?
really isn't
Emmy
not
and you.
selfish. But instead, it's really more helpful than selfish. But like, there's still that part of me that's like, well, I don't want to bring up myself or he-self. But I
Myself.
think that is the better.
Let's just
option.
do
Well,
it.
you are generally supposed to project yourself onto the protagonist of dating sims.
Well, whatever.
Though, I really
That
wish it
actually
wasn't
weird.
always like that.
Yeah, I
because
find
I
it
think
much
it would
more
be-
fun to play like matchmaker. like,
Like,
go, he-self, go.
And that's
Become
why
a
I
better
like
person.
that's why I like Fruit of Grisaya so much, because
You
I have
can't
no
project
desire to
yourself onto
project
a
myself onto
assassin.
Kazumi Yuji, but he is just such an entertaining character regardless.
Thank you, Kane, for the comment the comic you just posted in chat.
Welcome.
Which chat?
Leo's den.
Just go.
Leo's
Oh,
down.
wait, what did we decide?
We haven't yet. It's already in chat, so vote on it.
Yeah.
Yay!
we were just talking normally and
Wait, does Emmy have arms? Oh wait, who is that?
That's Emmy.
That's the running chick.
No, I know that's Emmy, but like, who's the person on the ground? Because they have
That's
arms.
That's Kisa who had a heart attack.
We were just talking.
then who's the person who's coming
I'm so
running?
confused.
It's the
Okay,
nurse.
It's the nurse, yeah.
The joke is that Emmy was so cute, he saw had a heart attack, and so the head nurse comes to ask what's wrong, and he too starts having one because Emmy is cute.
Wait,
Oh.
crap, I missed half of that. Wait, hold on.
I'm not repeating it.
I missed the joke so badly.
Okay,
Oh, I thought he was like.
I assumed they were running.
I assumed he saw or the nurse was like feeling bad, but now I get it. Okay, that's.
I feel like there's some
fun.
context to that we're just missing, but who knows? Maybe we're just
I
stupid.
think we all just didn't
You're right,
realize
it's
the
from a
fact that it
series
was
of heart
like
attacks
they were
and he's
dying
out,
of Emmy
about to
cuteness
die.
or whatever.
I don't think any of us understand what they were going for.
The joke.
The joke, you. Okay, what are these? What are these? So,
No,
everyone voted for the second one.
What about
Yeah.
me? Just go. Let's not. No more tangents.
Again, like,
Let's go!
this is one of the only times where I think Hisao saying something completely different from what was in the choice was actually a good thing, but like,
I'm your friend, for one.
I mean, think about it. We already talked to a lot to each other, and we've even gotten upset at each other and then forgiven the other for it. That's what they call friendship.
Really nice of you to say that. I've always been able to tell her pencils and paper. They are my best friends. It's harder with people. I have to use words. That's hard for me.
Words suck.
Yeah, I know. You told me, and now you forget. Reen nods at me wordlessly, and I dare to attempt showing her a little encouraging smile. I hope I do it properly. She doesn't reply in any way. I feel really glad. The distance Reen puts between herself and everything else has made me feel really uneasy ever since I met her. If we become friends, I'm sure I could understand her more.
Love it.
I'm sure that this way we can close the gap of understanding between us. My thoughts don't transmit to Reen. She seems lost deep in thought, wandering against the sea of yellow flowers covering the grassy hilltop. It's just as well. Time passes, the breeze making the taller grass sway gently in time with the wind. Reen hums a little song to herself so quietly that I can't tell what it is, if it's even anything at all. A stronger gust sweeps over the hilltop, and the sound of trees in the wind buries the song away. I check my watch, more out of habit than anything else. It's 4:30 right now, on this Saturday afternoon. Reen looks into the distant horizon with that odd, blank stare of hers, as if she were looking at nothing at all. Her pupils are dark and quiet like a pair of deep, still ponds.
You are going to be better, right?
Sure.
Me too, now. I'm going to talk to that friend of the teacher and ask her to put my stuff in the place and work hard to get all that done. I decided that just now, you know. But I think I knew it all along. I've had this feeling for a long time now, but I'm going to change. Even if I hate it, I don't want it. Even if I wanted to, I would change. Like I'm not enough the way I am. I think this could be a good way to do it because it's just like a straight line. Like I've learned all the things in my life so far just for this. It's just art. And the only thing I really know. I know what I've done. So it's good. I'm not afraid at all. I feel like I always do. Is that weird?
No, not at all.
Oh my god, he passed out on the floor. Oh, he actually...
I close my eyes and give in to the irresistible sensation that has been growing inside me all week long.
A heart attack.
I float up toward the surface of my own life.
What?
The pressure of being underwater slowly diminishes. The weightless sensation becomes stronger. I break the surface of the water, lifting my head into the sunlight and inhale deeply, breathing in fresh air as if for the first time in a long, long while. My lungs fill with oxygen, and I open my eyes to see Ring's peaceful, determined face. We walk down the slope carefully and slowly to avoid falling down, Ring in the lead and me a few steps behind. Rin surely can do this. Even if she can't, she's gonna pull through. I'm sure that I can keep my head above water too, from now on. The sun sets behind our backs, setting the world ablaze in its orange glow. I keep watching the back of the red-haired girl descending the path a few steps ahead of me. If it's only this much, the distance between us is definitely within my reach.
Damn!
Back 3 distance. Oh, I almost thought that was just gonna be credits roll.
Why is this one not get a 3-minute movie? What are you?
It's my turn now.
No, Rob jump scare.
No, okay.
Oh my
that
God.
little piano riff that they play at the beginning of each act is quite literally my favorite piece of
Wait, what is it? Now I need
sound
to
in
Google
the
it.
entire game.
It's good.
Okay. Act. Shoot. Yeah,
Act what?
Go ahead and I'm gonna go Google this. Go ahead, Noah.
Okay.
Okay.
I asked you a question, Nakai.
I shake my head to fend off the dazedness. The teacher's looking at me, as is everyone else in the class. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
What's the distance between... Never mind. Different question. Why are you here, in this class?
To, learn about physics?
Yes. Well, no. But that is the answer I wanted to hear. To acquire knowledge is the secondary reason for you being in the school. The primary one is to learn the rules of society, the norms and ethics that govern your everyday life. You don't come to school for the classes. You come to interact with the other people there. Your classmates, who are your equals, and the teachers, who are your superiors. You learn how to form social contracts and maintain them. In other words, how to be a part of society. The school itself is a microcosm of the entire society. Locke was the one who realized that, you know. School's not just a place for learning. And of all the kids your age, you guys should know that better than anyone else.
He pauses for a moment and lets his eyes sweep over the class to see if the message
I
is
need
sunk
to
in.
deafen to do some.
What's up?
He said he was going to deafen to do something.
Okay, do we keep going?
Oh,
I think he said we could.
Okay. At the very least, it shut everyone up and got them to focus on him, captivated either by his voice or the sudden change of topic from physics to the philosophy of education.
However, my classes, as you so aptly put, are a place for learning about physics.
He points at me with the piece of chalk he's holding.
So, pay fucking attention. Got it, Nakai?
Yes, sir. From the corner of my eye, I catch Shizune's scowl and Misha's barely contained giggle. I sink deeper into my seat.
Okay. Sorry. I had to do some stuff to go listen to that transition theme, but you're right, it's really good, Leo.
Yeah, it is quite literally my
What did the
favorite.
teacher say? I was out for a minute.
pay attention in class.
Philosophy of education.
Oh, okay, Locke.
Don't sleep in class, basically.
Fuckerly painting.
Oh, that's a bingo.
Screw what? Oh, the painting?
The painting is a bingo. Where is
You're
it?
saying we've hit 5 squares, so that's a square on the bingo board.
No, it's not. Though, like, debatably we have hit the square. Debatably we have a bingo, but like, nothing. Okay, so there's one box where there's a couple things that have happened that could sort of fall under that umbrella, but nothing egregious enough that I've actually marked it off yet. Anyways, after classes end, I'm the last one to leave the classroom. I close the door behind me and quietly make my way to the art room. Club time passes in relative peace and quiet. I sit in my usual seat next to Rin, but she doesn't seem to be in a talkative mood. She's even more distant than usual. Today we're going to draw still life and get to choose from either a vase full of fake flowers or an arrangement of rocks, sticks, and canvas. The teacher encourages us to gather around the motif, emphasizing perspective, texture, and lighting as the key points of this exercise. I look at Rin to see if she prefers one of the subjects over the other, but she just tilts her head, signifying nothing. The club members quickly shuffle their chairs around the classroom to get closer to either the vase or the clutter. Rin and I both pick the flower vase, but only one of us seems to do any work. She's ignoring Nomiya's assignment just like she's suddenly started ignoring me and has begun doodling something idly with her foot, not really even looking at what she's drawing. I try to catch her gaze, but she's looking out the window. It's making me uneasy. Rin almost looks like she's asleep with the way she's leaning back against the chair with her legs resting easily on the desk. She's now completely given up on the drawing. The more I try to relax, ignore her, and just be myself, the more it feels like I should ask if something is wrong. After club activities are over and the others have filed out, Rin gets up from her seat and marches over to Nomiya with unusual determination. Nomiya, who is humming to himself while sorting a box of pencils by hardness, turns around with a mixed expression of friendliness and incomprehension on his face.
What will you do, my girl?
Hello, person. Have you talked about this? At least that's what I thought I could. And today too. I think. I want to try it. I'm going to go all the way.
The widest smile I've ever seen on any person's face lights up the teacher's feature. He is almost literally beaming.
Oh, wonderful. I had almost lost hope. Such a hard-headed girl you are, but I knew that sooner or later you'd understand as well. I will call my good friend Sayonji and arrange a meeting.
Yeah, this is completely 100% off topic, but I find it so funny. So I own CSGO skins, and a couple of them are worth a lot of money. And the funny part is I can tell exactly when they're worth a lot. I can tell exactly when the price has gone down and when the price has gone up, depending on how many fake bots send me friend requests. I've got 3 bots sending me friend requests in the last 2 days. So I'm like, okay, something's up. I go up, it's jumped up $50 in order.
Nice.
Oh my god, how much is it? Wait,
170.
170?
Yeah,
That is.
I think.
I don't know
Okay,
too
yeah,
much
it's
about
sold
CS:GO.
after an entire week. It's sold. The previous selling price was 118, and of course that's when I stopped getting friend requests. So I hadn't gotten friend requests in like 2 weeks. And today, 10 days ago, at August 15th, 2 a.m., someone sold it for 175.
Cool.
Wow. Dang.
The market of CSGO.
For real.
You'll need to show her your work so she can estimate it. I've told her about you, but obviously you should talk face to face. This is so exciting, isn't it?
That fucking tongue.
I hate that song.
Nomiya is talking more to himself than to us, and walking in circles around his desk, waving his hands around wildly all the while. He picks up his cell phone from the breast pocket of his jacket and flips it open with a stylish movement, starting to look for the number to call. While he searches, he notices me staring and gives me a beaming thumbs up. I shrug back at him, doing my best not to look smug.
So.
3 steps
So,
forward,
I thought you
8
were gonna
steps
be
back.
better.
It's more like he stays like the same amount of bad, just in different directions. It's like
Less
rather than
ableist,
3
more
steps
just
forward, 3
overall
steps
shit.
back. It's like 3 steps east, 3 steps west.
3 steps
No,
east, 4 steps west.
Yes.
Nomiya finds the number and makes the call, turning away from us and lowering his voice once it goes through. Even so, I can hear his excited tone. The call doesn't last long.
Fabulous. Sai is at the gallery right now, and she said we could drop by right away if that's fine. This is most excellent.
Wait a minute. Sai Nijima from Persona 5.
What the
No.
fuck?
Here.
Her name is
When
Sayonji.
did you get
She
into
literally
the art
ju-
industry?
Wait, is her name Sai Sayonji?
Sai Sayonji, I
That's
think.
horrible.
What can we do?
Do you have some kind of portfolio to show, Rin? She just shakes her head at the question.
Never fear. I've taken some photos of your paintings. We can bring those and maybe a couple originals with us. Those will be quite sufficient for now. There should be some recent ones around here in the back, right?
He pulls out a folder full of photos out of a desk drawer, then charges toward the back where there's a small storage room and extra cabinets for all the materials and tools the art classes and club use. He soon finds what he was looking for and crudely wraps two of Green's paintings in some brown packing paper.
Nakai, would you carry these to my car?
I pick up the two oil paintings. They aren't heavy, but they do make navigation somewhat cumbersome as I follow Nomiya and Rin to the parking lot.
He drops
Yeah,
it.
he's just bad at the crew.
Nomiya has a pretty nice car, not something I'd expect a high school teacher to drive. Wonder what kind of salaries they earn at Yamaku. The canvases are stuffed into the trunk where they just barely fit. At the teacher's over-enthusiastic prompting, I get in the car along with them. Rin answers my questioning stare with a confirming nod and a nonchalant shrug. I guess I've become some sort of assistant for her now?
Okay.
Nomiya doesn't go light on the pedal. The smooth ride takes just about 10 minutes to bring us to the city center, where we pull into a tiny parking lot and get out of the car. I pick up the paintings again, looking around. It's just like any city in Japan, really. Same style of buildings, people hurrying here and there, office workers sweating in their suits in the summer heat. Wide, tree-lined streets aren't something you see everywhere, though. Maybe they are the city's specialty. Definitely has that feel of a city, which I thought I had already forgotten. I feel immediately comfortable walking around. I haven't actually been here before.
No? In that case, it's about time. It's a great city, lots of wonderful folk around here, and most important of all, a vibrant cultural life. Sai's place is just around the corner. 22nd corner.
22nd corner.
After turning around 3 more corners, Nomiya stops in front of a door. There's a nameplate in big red letters over it. 22nd corner.
What neat name.
The question we all
Is this
need
really
to
the
ask.
22nd corner?
Of what?
That's bothering me too. I mean, where to start counting? And which way do you count?
Rin gets worked up over the strangest things. Unlike me, Nomiya ignores her completely and pushes the door open.
Still not certain about this art teacher.
The gallery is very clean looking, and the air conditioning makes it cool and very comfortable. The white walls and big windows facing onto the busy street make the whole place feel airy and bright. There's nobody around whom I can see, however. Most of the floor space is empty, with only a few large tables and a counter for furniture. There are paintings too, of course. The poster advises an exhibition for an artist I've never heard of. Most of his work seem to be portraits or landscapes done in a more traditional style than Rin's abstraction. That is just not the same art style. Summoned by the bell on the door, a lady who looks maybe around Nomiya's age comes from around the corner. She's dressed in a sharp suit, her straight dark hair in a perfect ponytail behind her head. A pair of flashy, expensive-looking eyeglasses frame her face. On second glance, I'm not so sure of her age anymore. She looks old and yet not actually old.
Hi, hello.
She clearly recognizes the teacher, greeting him warmly. Alright,
Has,
Shall I do it?
what are
who's
the
been
counters?
talking
Like,
Shall
who
I
has
just be
one
all
been
the
similar
side
talking
characters on
movies
up.
this route?
I mean,
Because I assume this chick's gonna be like a main character, right? For this route.
like a main supporting character.
Yeah.
She
What
shows
does
up
that mean? Is
somewhat
Nomi a
frequently.
main supporting character?
Nomi is more of a main supporting character than she is.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So
No,
she's not using
that
it.
is to say, Nomi has a much bigger role in the story, though she does definitely appear pretty regularly.
Sure,
All right,
Whiskers or
see
Kane
you
be
later.
Sai.
Thanks for dropping by.
Huh?
Oh.
Who
Either
asked what?
Whiskers or Kane would take them.
I
I don't think Kane should take her because Kane's.
I don't really care.
Rian's a huge voice part.
I can do it. That way we just have like an even
Alright.
split among all the 4 people who are in the room in
Uh,
this situation. Okay. But what type of voice do they need? Crap.
Figure it out.
There you are, Shinichi. And so quickly. I take it that these 2 are your students.
Indeed. Let me introduce you. This is Rin Tezuka, the one I spoke to you about. And over there is that boring-looking one. His name is Hisao Nakai.
She takes a long, hard look at both of us, especially Rin. Feels like we're being evaluated. That a worth of some abstract kind is being calculated for us. Her eyes linger for a long time on Rin, on her eyes, her empty sleeves tied into knots, her posture. Sai takes her first impression of Rin with an intensity I've not seen used by anyone else before. Once finished, she smiles amiably.
Pleased to meet you both. My name is Sais. Oh my god, how do you say that?
Saionji.
And I'm the owner of this gallery. Can I maybe offer you some tea?
Oh no, thank you. We're fine. Let's get down to business.
I'll lay
He
the
didn't
paintings
even
on the
ask us if
tabletop
we
to give
wanted
the
to
gallery
eat.
owner a better view, and Nomiya pulls out his folder of photos. The old lady studies Rin's works carefully, absent-mindedly brushing her cheek
we better
with her
see
fingers
3
while letting-
people on screen.
Maybe. The
While
while
legendary
letting her
moment.
gaze sweep over the paintings. Her eyes remind me of a bird of prey of some sort. They're so sharp and somehow very calculating. She takes her time, slowly going over the paintings in order without uttering a single word. Even the teacher looks very nervous. He tries to point out certain details or other things about Rin's work, but it seems like she's not listening. While Nomi and I keep looking at Sai, trying to look for some hint of a reaction on the gallery owner's face, Rin lets her gaze wander around the gallery space. Suddenly, she pipes up.
Yay!
Well, is it? Fuck, is this related from second corner?
Sai raises her gaze from the paintings to look at Rin, but doesn't answer. It's probably for the best. She takes stock of Rin's slouchy posture and her dreamy eyes that are again moving restlessly about. The way Rin seems to be detached from a situation that's supposed to be very important for her annoys me just a little. Practically holding my breath here. After Sai has gone through all of Nomiya's photos and inspected the 2 oil paintings I hauled here, she goes through all the material again, this time at a quicker pace. Finally, she gives her verdict.
This does look very weird. Like all 3 of the very different art styles.
And none of them are drawn in the same
No.
style. Not a single one.
No, I could see the 2 on the left and right being drawn the same, just at different time periods, you know?
Oh, yeah, no, I can see what
Like
you
it's the
mean.
same style with like different shading.
That's yeah.
That's true.
I think the lines in the one on the right are a little harsher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I've said this about Rin's portrait before, but the lines are very like soft.
Especially on her hair.
Yep.
Okay. I like it. So if you don't mind me saying, you're still a bit immature. Searching for your own direction, perhaps.
She picks up one of the photos.
Again, just look at this. I just can't take my eyes off it. Like a little kitten playing around. That's what your art makes me feel, young lady.
I hate to ask, Whiskers, but oh, okay, I have your volume way down. That's why.
I moved my mic back a little, and I'm giving her a quieter voice, so.
Yeah, but on my end, it's like so quiet, it's almost inaudible.
Never hear me ever.
All right, you're a
I
bit
am
louder
the
now,
most
so that should be
Christmas
good.
man. Wow.
Thank you. I think nobody's ever said that before. I think.
That's all Reen has to say. Something about what the gallery owner says and how she says it like... Oh my god. And how she says it makes it sound patronizing to me, but I hold my tongue.
Anyway. What a wonderful imagination, though, isn't it? I've always said that Tezuka has a great eye for composition and color harmony. And technique. Remember, all of these are done with her feet. Of course, we need to put some of the simpler ones on display too. For the lay people, right, Sai?
Well, people.
The teacher snorts derisively.
I don't like that face.
You know how those Philistines are. What
Wow.
do they understand about real art? They'd just be at a loss with the abstractions and themes here.
Asshole. Maybe you just suck.
But it will generate more publicity. Publicity. And that's good, isn't it?
Sai smiles gently at Nomiya's remark and turns back to the paintings.
I wonder. To tell you the truth, I just don't know if all this makes an exhibition. Even if I like it, I don't get the feel of a theme or of cohesion. There's no what? I'm gonna Google this real quick.
Right.
How do you say that?
That's-
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
There's no au revoir. And really, who would expect such from a young artist like that's kitten here?
Oh, no. It's definitely doable. Especially if we get a few new pieces and touch up some of the old ones.
I don't mind painting one. I'll be honest.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Trust me, I wouldn't have come to you if I didn't believe Tezuka was ready. You can see
you
it too, can't
absolutely
you?
would have, but
Shut up. What are you talking about? She's totally capable. I know exactly what her kind is capable of. And you...
What do you mean by that?
You know, those armless folk.
oh my
Oh,
All right, and I think that's a bingo for us.
Oh my god, what did we
what?
do?
Huh?
Shit.
One of the bingo squares
Picked
literally
up loud.
just says "bad" out of context,
Oh, yeah.
and
that-
so our
With that, I
bingo
cannot
for
argue.
tonight is a censor is put up, a heart attack joke, anything related to Toby Fox is mentioned, and bad out of context.
Sweet.
Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. There is another
Kenji slander.
Kenji slander. Kenji. Well, yeah, Kenji. Have we disrespected Kenji yet? This.
I mean, I
Probably.
disrespect Kenji constantly. I don't think it's been like super prevalent though, so we'll have to wait. till
Reen
it
is a
shows back up.
schizo is an actual square on here, and I think we filled that one out.
Just do that.
Someone
one thing
forgets
next.
their turn. We can go ahead and fill that one out.
Yeah.
There is a square on here that just says Hisao being the worst, but Hisao hasn't been
He's
as egregious as he usually
been
is
the
tonight.
worst
So
of the worst tonight.
Character
yeah.
development.
Crap, we may
Character
not be able to fill that one out later into his arcs. No.
Right.
oh, we did a stupid Discord poll.
Nah.
That's another
We
one.
always do those, but that's just then. That's like the free space.
That's a free space.
It's a more fun free space.
So we are within one box of three more bingos.
Sweet.
And two of them have sort of happened. It's just like not like
Okay, no. Let's just get the
Obvious enough.
bingos because we're running out of time. Sorry.
All right, let's go.
We
Those
got
words give the gallerist lady a pause. A hollow, bottomless look takes over her eyes for a moment, as if she was looking through or maybe past Nomiya. She says nothing, but her mouth becomes a tight, flat line, as if stretched. Finally, the moment passes.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Sai sighs and takes a few steps, walking
Oh,
in a
God.
circle as if to help her organize her thoughts. She takes another look at a photo of the painting she particularly liked, the one that made her call Reen a kitten.
Oh,
She places her hand on her mouth, over her mouth, lost for words. After a few moments, she shakes her head.
I don't know what to say. After seeing you, dear, and these paintings of yours, would you excuse us for a moment? I want to talk with your teacher in private for a bit.
Sai draws the art teacher aside, and they talked in hushed tones for a while. Can't hear what they're saying, but over her shoulder I can see the lines around the corner of her mouth tighten as she motions with her hands in time with their words. The expression on her face is... what kind of expression is it? Couldn't say. Once they're done discussing whatever they had to discuss, they give one another a serious look. I feel something that goes beyond mere words transpiring there. They walk back to us. Sai looks seriously at Rin, her left hand reaching as if instinctively toward a pack of cigarettes lying on the table. She picks the pack up and extracts one, looks at it absent-mindedly as if only now realizing she did so, and puts it back. Finally, she locks eyes with Rin, evaluating her once more.
All right, little kitten. I'm going to believe in you.
Like,
I will display your paintings in here, but from what I can see, this is not enough. You don't have a cohesive theme, and you don't have enough of the good stuff. You're going to have to work hard to get something that we can put on exhibit here.
I know.
It's a good thing my gallery is so small now.
Rin already spends pretty much every free waking moment she has painting. How is it possible to work any harder? She'd have to skip classes to do more than she already does. How can anyone work that much? Silence falls in the gallery after my words. Sai looks at the art teacher, who is looking contemplatively at his star student. I look at all three of them, confused.
Doable?
I'll just put in some good word with the school counselors and get them to delete Rin's attendance records. What do you mean?
I mean, the school is special. The board puts great value on things such as this. I'm sure I could arrange some leave for her. It's not unprecedented by any means. I'll discuss it with their parents too, but they've been quite supportive.
Yeah, I forgot people on the series have parents. I figured it was like,
You don't remember the
really
best
hard
character in the
to remember.
series, Emmy's mom?
whoa.
To be fair, hold on. You meet Emmy's mom and Shizune's dad. I think those are the only parents you meet in the series.
Ours
Actually,
are there.
I take it
Your
back.
own dad.
I want to say you briefly chat with, like, Lily's mom or dad over the phone or something.
You meet Lily's brother.
Well, yeah.
You do?
Lily's brother is a huge character in her and Hanako's route.
Anyway. However, it might be a bit of a stretch to get working space for her at school, if she's not actually going to attend classes. Actually, I was thinking about this before. Do you use the place upstairs for anything?
No, I don't. Haven't since back then. More like a landfill than an atelier now.
Upstairs?
I own a small, all-lit... God, what is that word? Atelier apartment on the top floor of this
Atelier.
building. Atelier?
There's no way it's pronounced Atelier.
Atelier? Whatever, French word apartment on the top of this building. But isn't it used?
Hold on, let's find out.
Atelier. It's pronounced Atelier.
Are you kidding?
Atelier?
Atelier.
Atelier apartment on the top floor of this...
Where is the R?
It's French. It's silent.
No, kind of
Curse you, French!
It hasn't been used in...
What does it even mean, too?
Yeah, exactly. Wait, okay, we're...
A workshop or studio? Especially one used by an artist or
Studio.
designer.
Wow, that's quite literal.
Oh, wow. Oh, what do you know? But it hasn't been used in use for... Goodness, it's been so long, hasn't it?
Her eyes leaped to
Which
Nomi,
happened,
who has
tell
a
me.
strange, muted expression on his face.
Indeed. Do you
Hold on,
think?
real quick.
Even Nomi, on all his brashness, has trouble coming straight out with the question. Sai, of course, sees through him and throws up her hand, sighing deeply.
Okay, sorry, I heard a weird noise. A weird noise. Anyway, I guess I can't know, can I? Very well. I'll lend you the use of that place as well, if needed. It's not like I really use it.
Excellent. I knew I could count on you.
Don't celebrate yet. It really is a mess, so don't be shocked when you see it at first. However, you can use it as you see fit. Since it's in... Oh god, what was it again?
Atelier.
Atelier. Atelier? Since it's Atelier.
Italy.
Italy. Since it is Italy, it already has easels and things like that. You'll need to, your own tools and materials and to somehow clean it up a bit. It's not habitable though, so I can't let you live there. I doubt your school old parents would allow that in any case.
Yeah.
However, it's convenient to crash there overnight if necessary. I won't mind.
Haha. Most excellent, isn't it, Tezuka?
He enthusiastically pats Reen on the shoulder, laughing in relief and happiness as if all this good fortune landed on him personally. Sai smiles as well, perhaps more amused at the old teacher's glee than anything else.
Oh dear Shinichi, this really is like back then. Are you sure we haven't all bitten off more than we can chew?
She looks at Reen, who seems to be oddly subdued despite all this.
I hope it will be worth it, kid.
She holds out her hand as if to shake Reen's, but realizes the impossibility and quickly moves to pat her on the shoulder.
No.
Reen looks back at her silently, her eyes serious and impenetrable like the dark of the night.
Oh no, is she happy?
Alright, question.
What?
What are the odds we do anything good within the next 5 minutes?
0.
And we want to wrap it up 5
Probably
minutes
getting
earlier?
them
Nah, we're in kind of a lull in the plot right now.
Okay,
It's not like it's not gonna kick into high gear.
Yeah, I just don't want to like
I
leave
mean,
off.
this is probably the last. We're in what is probably the last good stopping point in the entire rest of the route.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
So what I'm hearing is we should
It's
stop.
basically
We really do need to make
it's
sure we
one
start well.
gigantic fucking climax from here on out, basically.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
You remember that? I'm not misremembering that, right, Merrick?
No, you're right. It's a very strange arc, but I know what you mean. I'd say the only other stopping point would be...
From here, the momentum just keeps building and building. And
I'd say the only other stopping point would be after the art gallery, like the exhibit.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair point. It does.
Well,
get a
if
little
we
bit
need to
right there.
stop, we'll know to do it, or next time, we'll know to do it then.
I highly doubt we're gonna get through like the big. I highly doubt we're gonna get through that much of the story next time,
Most likely
Alright,
not.
we'll
but
stop
who
there
knows?
then, I guess.
considering how long it takes us.
We got through a good handful today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
I
damn
like
good
some of
handful.
those scenes a lot, except for the one where Rin was on drugs. I could have.
There's the new.
that one.
There's the new title screen with the new.
Is that against
paper
Twitch's
steps.
terms of service, Ridden being on codeine?
Yippee.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think you're allowed to do drugs yourself. Oh.
Oh, sorry, I'm just gonna snort one right now. Not a codeine, but something else.
Hey, we eat a fourth of the game.
So
Oh.
we are only on the second scene of. Act
How are we on
3.
25?
Oh, a fourth of Ring's route
Five different
just
dudes.
itself. Okay, Jesus.
Wait, is that a
Oh
fourth
no,
of...
that's the whole game. That's the
Oh,
whole
okay,
game.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh wait, yeah, Act 1, I forgot.
that adds up more or less.
Well, yeah, because Act 1, there's a lot that happens in Act 1, and there's
We already saw
Act
it.
1 has a lot of different branches to it, so even though it's not like if you're moving straight through it, it's not a huge amount.
Oh,
Since we
bounce
went
around.
through it so many times,
I was
we
about to
have
say
seen
though,
more
like,
than-
wow. Actually, no, that makes sense because if we're like 3/4 of the way through Rin's route, then that would just mean we've done.
We are
10%
not
of the
3/4 of the way through Rin's
Oh
route.
dear
We're
God!
like
Then
not
never
even
mind.
half.
This number does not make sense.
Really? I feel like we're... I guess that's right.
I mean, I think Act 2 might be a little longer than the rest of it, but I'm not 100% sure.
Is it just
Act 3 is
2
going to
and
take
then
a hot
3?
minute, but it's not going to be too long.
I want to say Act 4 is the shortest.
It is.
Oh,
'cause
okay,
That's
there's
the,
an Act
that's
4
the
that
end, and
answers
there's
my
not
question.
too much that needs to be discussed at the end.
Right.
Anyway, enough spoilers. Let's just call it quits.
Not
for
really
now.
Enough
spoilers,
spoilers,
just
it's
Morocco and
time
I
for
talking
naps.
about the structure of the game. Alright, anyways, just remember the new Empires thing that I'm being very
I
vague
know,
about on
right?
stream is on Saturday.
Oh,
Well,
yes,
7
the
o'clock.
thing.
Wait, yeah, because you haven't
Special
released any
thing.
videos yet. Gotcha.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
mean, it
actually
doesn't matter
released
that
any
much.
videos.
I've like hinted at it.
I wish
CD
you had told me
figured it out.
before because there were multiple times where I thought about saying something about it.
Oh. I'm glad you didn't. I mean, again,
It
it's
doesn't
not a
matter.
huge deal.
What?
I'm just being sort of vague and mysterious about it. I mean,
Mm.
I have let people know that it's Minecraft related, so
Okay.
there is that.
My viewers know that. Wait, maybe they don't.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, but I do want to talk with you guys a little bit after that. Just
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, goodbye, stream
So-
people.
toodles, friends.
Never
Ciao.
left you.
Thank you, everyone who showed up. By which I mean just CD.
Hey, we had 6 viewers at one point. It was just. the
Okay,
worst
maybe there was
time.
like one other person, but they probably left as soon as they saw the sensors that we put up over that one
You're
scene.
like, what the freak?
They were like, peace, bitch, I'm gone. Alright, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all at a later time.